Huh? What?
What?
Oh, dashing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You got me. There's a mystery afoot in this house.
There's a mystery afoot.
I'm gonna find out who's at the bottom of this one and this here. Hold up. You gotta stick 'em up right high on this bitch.
That's funny.
Yes. I'm trying to look at the thing. Sorry. Fucking.
You better be sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm worried about my safety.
How dare you be concerned about your own safety?
I know. I think it might actually be like just past, like a little bit away from me. Like I think I'm actually like lucky. I think I'm getting lucky here.
Mm-hmm.
We're on a baby hunting. Don't think we don't know how to weed them out.
Stop it. Shut the
We're on a
fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. It's amazing.
Ah, good old SpongeBob references.
Yep. Yeah, sorry it's blurry, but yeah, like I think it's gonna pass right by me.
Jesus.
Yeah. I am just west of that.
That's close.
Yeah, that is close. That's like, oh, that is close. That's scary.
Well,
But I think we're good. I think we're okay. Here's hoping.
all right.
Anyways.
Well,
He didn't say it. He didn't start it.
didn't say
He
it
didn't
yet.
start it.
Daddy, chill.
Thank you. Thank you, Shigo.
It's Persona time, bitches.
We got him.
Did it. I survived this time.
He did it.
I jumped in there in the middle of all that harassment.
I'm so proud of you.
Harassment.
Harassment. Harassment.
Next level harassment. They weren't ready for the cowboy in these parts. Last time on Persona D&D. I'm gonna do this the whole intro. just
I'm
so
down.
you know.
I'm for it. Get it. Go for it. Do it.
Do it. The master just talks like that now.
The last time on Persona D&D. All y'all cowpokes in this here ranch, sticking them up on Averith as he's got his wits and wherewithals and telling the truth and whatnot, trying to get him to admit to his wrongdoings. You learn some information from everybody. You went to class. You learned about some palaces. Swallowed a pretzel there. And on Friday night, y'all went to the gauntlet. And Flair set new course record. It's really hard to keep this pretzel in my mouth doing this. My lips are getting real dry.
Oh, wet your lips. Live on stream. Do it.
Dang.
And y'all were going
chat.
through
We
the
are very
class schedule.
unhinged.
And y'all were going through your class schedule. Friday rolled around, and y'all met up in the Cloud Catacombs, where y'all had a conversation right here, right now, on that cowpoke. And then Rinko showed up. She had an interaction with Aerith about their last interaction, but it didn't go anywhere. And so Rinko walked into the Cloud Catacombs and y'all had a conversation about what's what and that, how and who, and she invited you to meet the master. Averith, you were informed by Gage and made your way all the way to the master's office post haste. And upon arriving there, you warned them there, but to no avail.
No, it's the blacksmith. It's the blacksmith.
there,
talking.
soldiers. This ain't your first time now.
My pretzel's about to snap in half, damn it.
He made it so moist it snapped in half.
Damn. That's impressive.
Damn.
Oh my god.
I'm
Y'all
sorry.
made your way into the master's office. And as you looked up into their cold eyes, you stared at their cowpoke. That's where you saw him walk down the stairs, and he invited you to have yourselves now a conversation. Some like educated folk. That's where we end game. That's where we're starting game.
I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna point this out. What someone in chat said. Why is the blacksmith doing the recap?
That's why I said what I said, because fucking their lord fucking.
Yeah. Thank you for doing that, Dashing. I appreciate you. Can we get 5 gifted?
It's okay. It was KCFU.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what. Go fuck.
Yeah, KCFU.
Kafoo.
Kafoo.
That's what it was.
Kafoo. I'm so sorry how unhinged we are today, chat. I'm so sorry.
Uh,
That actually hurt my jaw a little to do that.
That's how you build up those muscles.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. You did great.
In there the whole time, yeah.
You did great. Good job.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
So we are in front of the master, correct?
You are in front of the master.
Okay.
That is where we ended game. That's where we started game. All of you were invited to sit down, and Flair at the end of game was the very first one to make her way over to a chair. What are y'all doing?
How many chairs we got laid out? One for everybody?
One for everybody.
Cyrus is gonna just mind himself, and he's gonna walk over and take an open chair.
Okay.
Is there a map, or are we just using the ones in there?
Theater of the mind. I think I posted it in
Yeah, it
Okay.
should be in
I
the
was just curious.
game maps.
Right. Yeah, I can actually just use this as an image for
Yeah.
chat. We're using the powers of imagination
Imagination.
until I get it up. It's hard for me, okay?
not the only thing that's hard right now.
Got some pills.
Hey yo.
Hey, yo! God, we are so unhinged today.
Can you blame us though?
It's been a bit. It's been a bit.
I don't been a bit.
Been a bit.
We got the gang back together.
Yay.
We did?
Yay. Where the fuck is? Weird. Anyways, okay, so yeah, Sent will probably find a chair near Cyrus and just plop down next to him.
Okay.
Just kind of lean forward in his chair, just kind of staring and like just sitting intently.
Yeah, Cyrus is
Azra?
just kind of sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Avrif, what you doing?
Dead.
Avrif! He's dead! The master killed him!
It's like, how dare you bring your friends here? Die.
Oh, okay. Avrif is gonna go and sit down as well.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
All good. Yep.
You sit down, and the master,
wait.
he walked. Oop.
Everett said he was standing.
Oh.
Avrif said he's standing?
Yes.
Okay, Avrif's standing.
Say
Very good.
less.
Say yes, indeed. Okay, Avrif, you can stand. After you all take your seats or stand, the master will look at you, Avrif. Not say anything. And he'll walk over and he'll take his seat just slightly above you guys. It's like a step up to get into his chair. There's like a little platform underneath it. So he is just slightly above you off the ground. He looks at all of you, his gaze washing over you. So, first and foremost, what a pleasure it is to finally meet you all. Smiles ever so slightly. If you have something you'd like to say to me, show no fear of repercussions of being rude. Let loose your complaints, so I'll hear you through and through, for that's what we will start with. But once your complaints are through, they are done. And any untoward comments will no longer be overlooked.
Cyrus will kind of shuffle around his chair and stiffen his back a little bit, and he'll say, "Less of complaints and more of confusion. I know that we've, in a sense, butted heads before. I just would like to know, what pleasure do we owe this summoning?"
He looks at you. A conversation.
Understood. Then I am definitely here to facilitate that. And Cyrus will give like a very wry smile, and he'll turn his head to look to Sent.
Yeah, Sent's just gonna kind of lean forward in his chair and just rest his head in his hands, kind of just like on his chin, just like fingers locked together, just resting on there. Just a smile pops up on his face. You have no complaints. Nothing to complain about except for exactly what Cyrus said. Little confusion, but otherwise, we were summoned. I have a good feeling about all of this. Thus, I'm here.
Sits forward in his chair. Interesting. No complaints whatsoever. I'm impressed. Now, and as he clears his throat, you hear. Walking down the stairs, you see Faye. That was a good nap.
Can Avarice sprint to her, grab her, and
Sorry,
pick her up?
may I
and
interrupt?
silence her?
Avi? You good?
He's just gonna run up to her, put his hand over her mouth, and then just dip back up the stairs a little bit.
Cyrus is gonna lift his hand, mouth like slightly ajar, and be like, "What? She?
You just hear her going up the stairs. The master just looks over as they ascend the stairs. Says nothing.
I'm sure that will be answered later, but I don't know why Avref did that. But okay.
Did they call him Avi?
Yeah,
Oh.
they did.
Take note of that. We will call him that later.
Yeah. Cyrus will turn to Flair and be like, "Write that down."
Already got it.
Perfect.
Avrif, as you make your way up the flight of stairs, Faye pulls your hand off of her mouth. What are you doing?
You know how the master is. He needs to do his whole thing to new people. You know, we can't disrupt the flow. You get that? This is how he is, okay?
Quick
They're
question
like
to DM.
4 or 5 flights up the stairs.
Okay.
So
That's what I was about to
we
ask.
definitely
I was about
No,
to ask
you
how
cannot-
loud
you
I was about to
cannot
ask
hear
how
that.
loud he's being. Yep.
No.
Yeah.
I
thank
am
you.
whispering.
They
Cool.
fucking flew up the stairs. Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Gotcha. Cool. Understood.
You might be able to see like where they are on the banister because it just spirals up.
Got you.
So like if you look up, you can probably see them, but you can't hear what they're saying.
No, yeah. Sense eyes
Gotcha.
are still locked with the masters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just very intently listening.
Faye just looks at you, Avrif, and she kind of like crosses her arms. Fine. Then we're gonna go have tea, and you're gonna make it up to me.
Yes, we can do it. Absolutely that. Can I, did she have real force taken off my hand, by the way? Did she have real force pulling up?
It was like struggling if you were trying to keep your hand on there.
No, it was, I wasn't trying to do that much.
Yeah.
I was just curious if she had some god strength we didn't know about.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, good. All right. Yes, tea is great. I actually have been meaning to talk to you for quite some time now. So
Well, my room's right over there, so we can just go in.
let's,
Hey, yo.
and then Master can, do his whole brigade.
All right. So, are you taking her into her room?
Yep, we'll go have
Okay.
some tea.
So you walk in immediately, Avrith. You recognize the room that you walk into. It was the one that you were frequently brought into while you were training in the necklace. So that small kind of wood, like rustic feel, light breeze coming through the kitchen. And as you kind of look out the window, you see a mountain range in the distance.
It's always so impressive what we can do at domains.
No, we're not in. We're actually. Never mind.
Huh.
Nothing. It's never mind. I just like this place. There's hot springs in those mountains. Maybe we could go somewhere someday. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, I can bring some
Ayo.
food and we can go make a travel. That would be great.
Mm-hmm. There's a little town at the base of it. It's called the Cloud Stop. It's like a hot springs village. They have like a lot of good stuff there.
I mean, all you had to say was hot springs, and I was in.
Faye hops out of your arms, and she walks over and pours a cup of tea, and walks over to the windowsill and uncovers an apple pie, and she says, "I made this earlier today with Russie and
Russie.
and Flair Bear."
Oh, them. Oh, okay.
I want to
Yeah,
shoot
no,
myself.
Had to think about that for a second. You
Russie
are
is
just
said and fucking
some of the best nicknames you could ever come up with.
You want to try one, Riff Raff? No, that doesn't work at all.
I
I'm
think we
sticking
should
with
stick
Abby.
Avery. Yeah, Abby's
That's
for the great. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. He's gonna kind of walk down and sit down at the table.
Yeah. She hands you a plate of pie. It's like a fucking massive slice, like almost half the pie.
Oh, she already knows. Yeah.
Yeah. And she cuts like a small piece for herself and pours you a full cup of tea and hands it to you as well. And she walks over and sits down and she says, "So, Abby, I spoke to Tride. She
Oh.
said a weirdo was trying to talk to her and her sister last week. What could possibly have to tell me about that?"
Who would they be talking about? He's gonna kind of scratch the back of his head. Listen,
Have you tried just like dropping a truth bomb on him? See what happens.
I was
sure-
going to do that.
It might actually be kind of funny. Tride would just lose her mind. Like kaboom! It would just be.
You want to see her go kaboom, metaphorically.
I'm only kidding. I'm sure whatever approach you've decided is all good. Just
I
be careful you don't act like a total weirdo. It causes misunderstandings all the time.
Well, welcome to my life.
Takes a piece of
yeah.
pie and shoves it in her mouth. So much better than I expected. But anyway.
I was trying to go there before all this happened, but then I heard that they were going to see Master, and I decided it was probably best that I be here. So,
Well, actually, I'm glad we can have this conversation because you've lost some size there, buddy. How are you? Are you feeling okay after using Carnage
I
mode?
have to say thank you for coming to say that I'm sorry I interrupted your meeting or something.
No problem.
Was it with my sisters or just?
Well, it was with Ionos.
Oh,
Well, in the future. It wasn't like current time because she was in the palace with you guys. Anyway.
of course. No, that makes perfect sense. Time works. I'm trying to like think about it in his head, just like how it would work, and just absolutely no wires are connecting.
I don't have
yeah.
exact time to spend with people, so sometimes I jump around and put myself in the same time at the same time. It can get weird.
I'm so glad you understand all of that. I'm not even going to attempt to understand it. Yeah.
Don't worry, but
I'm sure
It
it's for
was-
the best.
it was too much for you, wasn't it?
What, the carnage? Well, carnage felt fine, but I got a little bit worked up, and I know you said not to use it in case I really needed to use it, but I also used Mortal Curse.
You're not
took-
mad, are you?
For what?
I put you through all that pain merging with your persona isn't an easy task, and it isn't safe if you aren't ready.
uh, as much as I want to say that was pain, and it was, I've met death a little too many times than I'd like to admit. So, being able to save everyone there and being able to make sure that everyone would be safe. Yeah, I didn't know what was going to happen to me afterwards. You did give me a very big warning over a few days of what would happen, possibly. But it seems to work out. I'm shorter, unfortunately, but, you know, my friends are safe. And the palace it went down nicely, so.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that I could help you. You know, you called out for me, a monitor heard you. But is it really okay that, you know, I helped train you? It feels like I haven't really done anything other than almost get you killed multiple times.
Did she say a different name there? Amata?
A monitor. No, she didn't.
Oh, a monitor. Okay. I was like, Amata. I was like, oh.
No.
What? Why do you feel bad about that?
Because you almost died, Avi. Because they almost died, Avi. Like, how can I not feel bad if I'm the reason, or, you know, inadequate enough to help you guys?
Faye, you're the reason that we lived that day. You're the reason everyone came back that day. Without the training you gave me, I don't know if we would have been able to take them on. And, well, at least come out of it, everyone leaving.
Mhm.
You're the reason that we were able to actually have a good chance at getting out there. And honestly, it wasn't even the physical training that you did that really helped. It was the mental shift that you allowed me to have. Those perspectives that you showed me and that we worked on, I can never be thankful enough for that. The conversations I was able to have with Helm in that time, and yeah, that was more of a help than anything. So don't you worry, you keep enjoying your apple pie, and I'll enjoy it as well. It's fine.
I gotta save a piece for Russie.
I'm sure he'll enjoy that.
Well, he asked for a slice earlier.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll make sure that when the master's done, we can maybe give them some of the pie.
Thanks, Avi.
Yeah.
I feel like a broken record lately, and meeting new people and Big Bro's plan just, they all eat me alive mentally, and I
think you're the only person in the world who deals with the problems you deal with. You have a lot of burden on those shoulders, and you're doing more than enough.
Yeah, just gotta get it together and do all I can for Eden. It's just so hard.
Yeah, about that, he mentioned that as well.
Mm-hmm.
To protect this Eden.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a place? Is it a person? Is it...
It's a concept. It's an idea. It's the plan.
So the plan that the master's been working toward.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, as long as you're behind it and as long as you feel it is just, I will not question it.
She smiles. Anyway.
And I don't mean to... He's gonna kind of look very nervously, just like not even taking a bite of the pie. Just, I know you kind of just got done saying you had a lot of problems and whatnot, but do you mind if we revisit a conversation? One we had that you denied before.
She takes a sip of her tea and she looks at you and raises an eyebrow. Which one?
There's just one, well, now the biggest part of my life that I don't know why. And I'm sure there's a reason you didn't allow me to see it then, because I wasn't ready. I want to know what happened at the head of the house.
Adela.
Yeah. She was great. She could have made big strides in the world, farther than most. And she just was gone in an instant. There was nothing to indicate it. There was nothing that pushed it, and it's been racking my brain ever since. And I don't believe it was natural causes.
Okay. Roll a persuasion check.
No!
Yes, sir.
Do I get any sort
Oh.
of advantage?
I mean, you shouldn't. You're not around anybody.
Uh,
Flat
See you roll.
persuasion. Let's go, big dog.
Let's see
I
it.
mean, it's better than average.
Average.
She
Average.
looks down at her pie.
Not bad.
Abby, is this closure going to help you move forward?
It would help me move forward in greater strides. It's the one part my mind can't leave alone. I dream about it. I sit and think about it. If there's a greater danger out there, I need to know about it.
Okay. And she stands up and walks around the table and holds out her hand.
Oh, it's been a while. It's good nostalgia. He's gonna put out his hand as well.
She takes it and she turns, folds the fabric of time in her other hand and pulls it towards you. As time shifts around you, you find yourself back in Sested, in Adela's office. The old smell of burnt tobacco fill your nose. The rustic wooden furniture of Zested surrounding you, bookshelves. You look over. Sitting at the desk, you see Adela. Sitting next to her, yourself. Younger. Very younger.
Everest is gonna have a glint of smile as he sees Adele again.
As you're sitting there filling out paperwork at her side, she is also filling out some paperwork. She puts her pen down and she... All right, Averif, you can get going. It's late and you need your sleep. And the younger version of you looks up, and before you even have a chance to say anything, and this moment rings in your mind, you remember it almost like it was yesterday. Adela makes a shh noise. She puts her hand against her lips. I don't know if my mic picked that up.
Did.
Okay, very cool. And she says, no arguments. You know how Gage reacted last time you were late? Now run along and hand this file to Donara on the way out. And the younger version of you hops out of your seat and he takes a deep bow, and you remember feeling that deep bow in your lower back as the tightness stiffened up. You stood up.
There's just faint smile still there as he reminisces.
Without saying a word, the younger version of you took the paper, turned and left the room smiling, feeling that same happiness that you're feeling right now. As he exits Adela's office, what are you going to say?
Oh, I was just gonna add RP. That's
Yeah, no, go for it.
Oh, this was when I thought my life was going to turn around. I knew I didn't have a place near Zested, but here it felt somewhere. I felt like something.
And as you say that, Adela looks up and looks at the door. Now, to what? And before she finishes her sentence, and you look over at Faye, and she has a bit of a shocked look on her face. And there's a knock at her door again. Adela hesitates. Avraf, I told you to go home. I have a guest coming. The knock happens again. The door slightly opens before Adela can say anything else. Walking inside, you see a smaller frame boy. Fiery red hair. His face heavily obscured in a blue scarf. Adela cocks her head. You are not the guest I was expecting tonight. Where it is, and the boy pulls his scarf down. My name's Dane. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh,
I know you're waiting for someone else, but I was ordered to come here first. And he smiles. And Adela pauses,
no.
raises
no,
an eyebrow.
No.
On whose orders? And Dane lightly frowns. Sorry. Can't stay too long, but I can tell you, in order to come here and eliminate you from learning the truth. Adela laughs. Young man, why would you be so honest with someone you're about to kill? Dane's face goes ice cold. Like the emotions are drawn out of him.
Avros gonna try to reach out in this memory. Is there anything, or is it the same way before?
You go to reach out, and Faye grabs your hand and says, "You can't interrupt the timeline." And Dane says,
Dane's just under orders.
"Because
he
it
could
matters
change
not what I say to someone who is already dead."
No.
Della laughs. Well, you're going to need to work hard to kill me. It won't be very easy. Dane takes a deep, deep breath.
Dane.
Pulls his scarf back up over his face. Sad to say, it's already over. He reaches under his scarf and pulls out a key. And Adela's eyes widen. She says nothing. A few moments pass, and Adela collapses on her desk motionless. Dane watches on, he says nothing, and he walks across the room and checks her pulse. Walks to the window behind her, opens it up, climbs onto the windowsill, and looks back at Adela's dead body. For what it's worth, your death will save many more. One step closer to my freedom and achieving my goals. Your death will not be meaningless for what I have planned. And he jumps out the window.
Avros
Faye-
is still just locked up, still straight, with a very cold face on.
Faye grabs your hand, still like holding onto your hand. She grabs your hand and pulls you back. And you are ejected back into Faye's room. Was that you were hoping to see?
I was hoping to see that she just ran away. Something else besides her death. I had my assumptions. I really did. Man, I hope I was wrong.
Sorry, Avraf.
No, it's been years. I've had time. Seems like that headmistress is more of troubles or not. But what concerns me so is what Dane said at the end. For his goals. Whether he speaks upon another person's goals as his own or he actually has his own. But this was way before his memory was wiped. He knew, and he probably still knows about this. Yet he decided not to say anything. Well, can't say it changes a lot of things, but man, there's been so much talking recently. It's kind of like sit back in his chair and just kind of like look up towards the ceiling. If you had one wish for anything you could ever ask for, what would you do? Let's say you didn't have these powers you have now. What would be a wish for you?
I I don't know that I would wish for anything right now. I don't have anything that I want explicitly. I mean, maybe I would wish to help Big Bro.
He's gonna kind of look back down and meet her gaze. Just, it seems like you don't have to wish at all if that's already what you're doing. Oh man, this stuff just never gets easier, does it?
No.
There's more stuff piling up, and you just gotta take it. I wonder if that's why I got into food. Reminds me of all of this, you know? You just keep piling it up, and you just gotta keep eating it, because you gotta keep going forward. He's
Yeah.
gonna finally take a piece of his pie and take a bite, finally, for the first time.
What do you think?
Actually, pretty damn good. Oh,
I'm glad.
yeah. You still see like a bit of coldness in his eyes, but his like normal face structure is returned.
Mm.
Well, when you're not busy, I'm not busy, maybe we can grab a few others, and if I'm not weird to my sisters who don't know I exist, maybe we can all... He's gonna kind of look out the window. Take a break. A real break.
I'd like that.
Yeah. Damn. Well, I can assume no time has really much passed at all, so I can only assume Master's probably still doing his whole shtick.
Yeah. Big Bro's still down there grilling them. Do you want to rejoin them, or do you want to just hang out?
I was contemplating acting super scared in front of him, trying to throw him off a little bit, but maybe I'll let him have his fun. I'm sure it's a de-stressor for him as well.
He likes to do that.
He does. Terrifying, but he does. So out of question, you said that stairs would, if I walked outside of the stairs, you would see. It's like I couldn't just like sit on the stairs and listen in.
You could.
You could? Okay.
Yeah, you could.
Well, I mean, do you have anything else you're doing after this, or?
No, I don't have anything going on. I was just going to read a book.
Huh. You want to go eavesdrop?
Sure.
All right. He's gonna kind of scarf down the rest of the pie, drink his tea, and then kind of bow to her, not as deep, but like still bowing, and thank her, and then head off to the stairs.
And she'll follow you, and she'll sit beside you on the stairwell as you listen in. All right. Masters group. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, hi. That was a lot.
That was a lot, but that was very good.
It was very good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Can't wait for the rest of the party to learn about all that. Right?
In like episode 70.
Yep.
Jeez, the shade.
I had to, I'm sorry.
Anyway. So. Rewinding time a little bit. Not too far, though. Kin, the master, had just watched as Avarif and Faye ran up the stairs. He didn't really say anything in response, and as they entered into Faye's room, well, now that all the interruptions and complaints are out of the way, I will remind you once more. Anything that is rude or untoward will no longer be overlooked. So just keep that in mind. As his eyes wash over all of you.
Yeah, Sench just nods.
Not expecting a reply, but he's just watching over all of you for a second.
Cyrus
Clears
just
his
maintaining
throat.
eye contact and just nodding his head too.
Tell me, do you believe Avra Zested is a trustworthy person? One at a time, please answer the question.
Sen's just gonna look over at Cyrus.
Cyrus will meet his gaze and take a deep breath in. I'd like to think so. I cannot deny the fact that I've personally felt as though that my trust has been betrayed a couple of times over the course of our friendship. But I can see that he's making strides to change. And that in order to also foster a trust between both of us, I can't be the same person that I was when I first met him. But I would like to say that he can be trustworthy.
Yeah, Sen will just nod in agreement. Yeah, for the most part, I can mirror his sentiment. There's been moments, sure, where it's been hard to trust him. But I understand that he has his own goals. I understand that he has his own aspirations, and him keeping things close to his chest is understandable in the events that's happened to him in his life. I get it. Should he choose to start opening up more, then we will open in return.
Agreed.
Interesting. Have either of you ever hid something for the betterment of others?
Sen just kind of glances at the ceiling for a moment, trying to remember anything.
Have you withheld information from someone on purpose?
I did, but I had no choice.
Yeah, for the most part, I try to be as open as I can, and if I do keep things a secret, it's subconsciously and for the same reason, for the betterment of others.
It was forced upon me.
So what you're saying is you've never had to determine information is unimportant and chose not to share it? Or has that not occurred as well?
If it was of importance, then yes.
No one is without fault.
Hmm.
But to
course.
damn someone as untrustworthy or trustworthy on occasion is such a fickle accusation. I'm not disappointed in any of you, and it seems my expectations are right where I expected them to be. However, for all his shortcomings, Avrif has proved himself useful as an ally, no?
Sen will just nod.
Yes, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for him. He saved our bacon twice now.
Then, why does it seem as though there is a rift between you all?
The unfortunate matter was the loss of my sister. When now knowing the situation and why he went in, is what I currently know. When he went in to, care for Rinko and such, I didn't know that. All I knew is that he went into Leo's palace. All I knew is that he went somewhere that we thought that we shouldn't be, that we're not ready for. And upon seeing my sister's passing, my sister dying, That caused a rift. That caused me to want to put the blame on him. That he is the cause of it. Now, knowing why, there's only partial, but I know I could have done more. I know I could have been better. I know I could have been stronger. But hindsight and all, there's only so much I can do.
Only so much. Yes.
There were too many
No.
factors to account for in regards to Senna's death. Faults on us. No single party is to blame there.
Mm-hmm.
How very grown up of all of you. Now, Avrif going in after Rinko, and he looks over at Rinko, and she kind of just is sitting silently in her chair. She is an enemy. Technically, we are enemies. Avrif hated an enemy. Does that not make him an enemy himself?
Things are simply not as black and white as we thought they would be.
And Scent will kind of glance over at Flair again. Well, not again, glance over at Flair. As I've told her, I think some of our goals may align a little more closely than we initially thought. Are they the same? No. But there are some lines that cross that are very similar to our own. He just turns his gaze back to the master.
Flair,
Yes, Master.
what do you have to say on this matter?
I believe that everyone here could benefit from gaining trust for each other and better communication skills, I suppose.
An interesting word, communication skills. Interesting turn of phrase. Does lack of communication, does someone who makes bad choices mean that they are untrustworthy?
Not at all, Master.
Someone who is forgetful does not turn to become untrustworthy. Does this mean that they cannot be relied on?
No, Master.
Seems Avarif makes a lot of bad choices. Doesn't he? And he looks at all of you. Avarif like four floors up. Yeah.
On occasion, Master. But sometimes we don't know what we don't know at the time, and I believe that his choices are often well-meaning, even if they are misplaced. And in saying that, I am saying that I have changed my stance to what it was a week or so ago. I don't believe he is particularly untrustworthy. I believe that there are things that we could all share with each other, learn, and work together to achieve the goals that we all have in place. And I don't believe missteps make a person untrustworthy. And I have hope that Avrif's missteps in the past weren't so deliberate as I previously thought. I don't believe my suspicions there were correct. I think occasionally he is misguided, and she's saying that with like a little smile on her face.
Misguided means easily manipulated. What's to say that our shared enemy, whoever that may be, hasn't already manipulated him into something, and you're playing right into the palm of his hand?
That could be the case.
What
However,
do you think, Scent, Cyrus?
While Avrav hasn't made the smartest decisions, and certainly isn't fully aware of the way he presents himself around certain individuals, and Cyrus will glance toward Rinko after this segment. I would like to believe that he is well-natured. He hasn't fully shared with us his motives as to why he makes certain decisions, and it is my own personal growth that I need to experience to fully accept that he won't share everything with us until he is ready to do so. However, he has risked his life for us. Not anybody does that just for somebody that they've known for loosely 2 months.
He has risked his life for all of you. But would you all lay your life on the line for him?
I would.
Have either
I
of
swore
us,
when-
out of character, like actually like made any sort of like sacrifices towards Avarith? I'm not sure.
I mean, that's a great question. I mean, in battle, I mean, there have been efforts to, like, save Avarath. I mean, thinking back to the Jarrett fight, you know, like, Cyrus was
Dane.
yelling, like, yeah, Dane did that, but, like, you know, Cyrus and Cent were unaware of, like, what Dane had done, really.
Yeah,
So Cyrus yelled, like, get him the fucking revival bead.
yeah.
So,
And then yeah, the Drow fight as well,
Mhm.
Scent saving him. So
yep. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so, I mean, there have been concerted efforts to, you know,
Okay.
make, to not say fuck you to Avarath and let him die.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, Scent
Saving
yeah.
one's life from death is not the same as laying your life on the line for him. I'm saying, if he was in front of me right now, with my hand around his neck, would any of you trade places with him?
yes, Master.
Scent's eyes would just start glowing, and like just little bit of golden hue to it.
Mhm.
We would have to know. We'd have to have it happen to see what would happen.
A demonstration.
I would rather no one. I would rather nobody get in danger.
Faye.
I'm gonna have to go out there and do that, huh?
Faye shakes her head no. And the master stands up out of his chair and holds his hand out, and Avarath comes out of the ground. What? And he grabs him by the throat. In 3 seconds, I will snap his neck. If any of you wish to tread lightly. 3, 2.
Flair like jumps up.
Banishment.
What?
Gonna cast banishment.
Counterspell.
Shit. That's all I got, guys. You're on your own.
Cyrus will stand up shortly after Flair.
Mm-hmm.
Flair's gonna jump up and she's gonna shout, "Master, you promised."
Question: how loudly did Avarith say that he had to go down there? Would I be able to hear him if he was just talking at normal volume?
Oh, we're still like high up.
Four floors up. It's
4 floors up. It's not. He wasn't speaking overtly loud.
Okay.
I'll say it's still not enough for you to be able to hear him.
Okay.
It's far enough away, and there's a lot going on in front of you.
I like how IRL you're holding your fucking hand up like you're actually choking.
Oh, yeah.
down, bro.
I
Yes,
love
sir.
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
You
I
want me
just
there,
want-
dude?
I just want to
Yes,
make
sir.
sure,
Make
just
it
in
real.
case
Get
I
over
heard
here.
Faye say, no,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shortly
Um,
after Flair makes her remark, Cyrus
Mm.
is going to just take a step forward.
Mhm.
I swore after Senna died that nobody else would die on my watch.
Avarif devolves into smoke. Be seated. And he sits down in his chair.
Cyrus will lift his cape and retake his seat.
Yeah, Senthil relaxed a little bit, the glow disappearing ever so slightly.
You'll be glad to know that that wasn't the real Avarif, if that wasn't obvious. And he looks over at you, Flair. A promise is a promise. And I intend to keep mine.
Sen's just gonna glance over at Cyrus. To be fair, I thought they learned a new parlor trick.
What were you saying, Chico?
Oh, she's just gonna nod and sit down.
Okay. An interesting choice to try and banish him from this domain. Sent him on. The offer was to trade places with him, to put your life on the line.
I knew if I were to get him away, he would look at me and want to focus on me. Because I was the one who did it. He would be out of arm's way. And it would only be me that would be the one you would go for.
Interesting choices you all make. Now, you said something that intrigued me. You said that the blame for Senna's death fell on him originally, fully.
At the time, yes. It was a indirectly blame, yes.
And you don't harbor any hatred for him over that?
Not anymore. I did. I will admit that. Not anymore.
I see. So then why does Rinko tell me that there is still a rift? If there's no blame to be had on Avarif, partial blame at the very least, then his untrustworthiness, his lack of communication skills, is enough to put a boundary between you?
In all honesty, I don't know why there is a rift right now. I would like to mend it. I would like to mend my relationship with him. And the sooner the better, honestly. But,
The sooner the better. And yet, it doesn't seem like you want to make an attempt. It doesn't seem like you want to try. It seems like you want to hold on to some sort of resentment. Why not just let him die in Leo's palace? Why not just let him go? You'd find yourself on an easier path.
Cyrus is just going to turn his head and gaze to Sen.
no one. That's all he'll say to Cyrus. No one else should die. Things can be resolved without lives being lost.
things can be resolved without lives being lost, even though you two are more to blame for Cinna's death than Avarif is.
Again, hindsight. Yes, I was unable to save her. I was unable to do anything. I wasn't strong enough to save her. And he'll look over at Cyrus. And I know you had a hard choice. You only had one way to save one of us. And you're sitting there and trying to choose between the two of us. I understand. But it wasn't easy for you.
Choices. 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 See, now I've done my due diligence on all of you. It seems so far, I'm the only one. Despite all that's happened between us. Cyrus, just before all that business with Leo, you had an argument prior with Cinna, didn't you?
I
A
did.
severe disagreement over what to do next. With that obstacle out of the way, you'd be free and clear to act as a leader. No wonder you didn't search her body. Why would you? Sen!
Cyrus's hand,
Yes.
Cyrus's hand's just gonna like, turn into a knuckle. Both his hands just on his thighs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sentinel will just move a hand over to his hand and just still keeping eye contact with the master.
Overshadowed by your family in the line of succession, find yourself in a position where you aren't held down any longer and are attempting to seize power for what? Memoriam? Please, your ambition is palpable. You didn't even hesitate. You didn't even wait before jumping into bed with the one that she loved. Are you even shook up over this?
His leg will start bouncing in not necessarily anger,
Mm-hmm.
but just very restless, like just very like wrought with just feelings overall. You'll just see his like the leg opposite of Cyrus, like the furthest away from Cyrus, just start bouncing, shaking.
Yeah. He lightly smiles. I would count myself lucky in your position that Flair is such a giving person, that she felt so much empathy for all of you, that not only did she go where she did not need to, but she gave you something so valuable as to save your lives. Have you even thanking her for that yet?
Flair's head's just gonna let her drop into her lap, basically. Not like,
Yeah.
her eyes.
As any of us?
No, technically we hadn't.
No, you haven't.
Hmm.
Oh, you just giving her shit.
Excuse you.
Excuse you,
She was
indeed.
full HP. She probably could have fucking whooped
Well,
all
the
your
thing
asses
was,
in
the thing
that
was too, like totally out of character. Shigo wasn't present until
Yeah.
Cinna had died,
Yeah.
and
That's
so
fair,
like, and
that's
joined
fair.
like right after Dashing was like presenting
NPCs
a
are
revival
people
bead.
too.
I know, but like so that way it's not thrown onto Shigo as a player.
Yeah.
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 So in that respect, technically, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
But I stand by how Dashin played it because it would have made sense for
Yeah.
her at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he'll as soon as those words leave the master's mouth, he'll his leg will just stop and his eyes will just kind of steal over and he'll kind of look over at Flair and then soften. No, I haven't, and that's a fault.
likewise, I was so stricken with grief and how overwhelming the decision was. that I didn't even think to thank.
They needn't thank me, Master. She's gonna, like, pipe up and look at him.
Mhm.
But
I
we
was there. I could have helped. So, if anything, I was partly responsible for...
No. You share no blame. You didn't need to be there at all. And yet you still brought one of them back despite that.
we saw the look on your face after all of that happened. We saw how much all of this affected you. We should have thanked you for even just that action that you gave us of saving someone's life. We should have. And that is a mistake on both of our parts, especially mine, for just saving one of us. I'm sorry. And thank you.
Flair, do you remember what I said to you shortly afterwards?
Yes.
I meant it. Despite the fact that I barely knew you, I meant it. And Cyrus's head will rise and meet the Master's gaze.
Mm-hmm.
I swore nobody else would die in front of me that day. I might not have thanked verbally, and I regret not doing so sooner. But nobody else that I care about is going to die in front of me on my watch. I swore that, and I will stick by it. But thank you, Flair.
The phone
Yes.
agrees.
For helping in my time. In my time of indecision.
She's just gonna nod quietly, but keep her head low.
Your battle prowess is subpar. Your decision making is lacking. Everything I've seen has been all but disappointing. But somehow your luck is impeccable and you are still alive, despite missing one of your own. Tell me, why should I allow either of you to leave here alive today?
The only training that we've had has been self-taught. We haven't had anybody besides our personas to tell us how to do all of this, and mostly a little bit from Dane, but it was a fraction of our knowledge that we could have. um,
Sorry, Lord.
You're good.
you're okay.
Sir,
Yes.
I think you can sympathize with this. There are people I care about who are wrapped up in all of this that I don't want to see harm come to. There are people out there who need to be stopped. I simply fight because I want to help the people I care about. I didn't ask for these powers. I didn't ask to be thrown into this situation, yet I will carry this weight as best as I can. I just rekindled a relationship with my sister who I hadn't spoken to in years. Found out the person who was responsible for it was my best goddamn friend, lying to me for my entire life, and I know what he plans to do. I can't let that come to pass. I know that I have faults. I know for a fact that I'm not just partly to blame for Cinna's death, but there is a greater... I hold a greater weight in that than anybody else here sitting. I need to grow as a person, not just as a warrior, not just as a persona user. I need to grow as a person. But first, I need to make sure that the people out there are safe, so that we can make a better tomorrow.
I've never asked for power. Never. I've only wanted to protect people. When I was offered the position that I was given, it wasn't of my own will. It was Cinna standing up for me, saying to take me as the head of that committee that I'm a part of. It wasn't... I never wanted to be a Persona user. But I do not regret it at all. I just wanted a simple life at a school and just get through the days and just hopefully be there for while my sister becomes a great leader. But I have to carry that now. I have to carry that burden of wanting to make a difference in my city. Because seeing the burden that she had to carry was much heavier than mine. And now I carry that too. I want to make a change so that there's no more silly things like, I don't know, arranged marriages, like there being a specific way that things are done. There should be freedom and openness for, if anything, just my community of my people. If it goes to a larger extent, if it goes to a broader group, if it goes to the entire fucking plane, then sure. But I don't want anyone to come to harm anymore. I don't want there to be unnecessary conflict. If conflict is natural, it will happen no matter what, but I know that I'm probably the weakest one in this party. I know that I have my own shortcomings, at least in terms of strength. But I never ask for power. I don't need it. I wanted to help others. And that's all.
It is inherently a selfish thing for us to ask these things, for us to want to do these things. That's what makes us human.
That's just gonna glare at Cyrus.
Cyrus is gonna be like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's what.
Sorry.
Flair on the
Sorry.
other side.
Yeah, Flair.
Cyrus
Flair's
will let Flair too.
side-eyeing.
And Rinko as well.
Ringo's side-eyeing.
Cyrus is gonna let his listeners say, you know what I mean. It's what makes us who we are as mortal beings on this plane.
Your inexperience and immaturity rule your fate currently. Too trusting, too untrusting, allowing petty squabbles to get the better of you. I have asked and you've answered. Flair,
Yes, Master.
why should I allow them to live?
I stand by what I said last week. I believe that they can be a lot of benefit to us, whether it be for exchanging information or whether we can all work together to achieve our goals. I don't think Sent is lying when he says that our goals seem to be more aligned than we think. And I believe that it would behoove us to try to understand to what length our goals aligned, and at the end of the day, there's strength in numbers.
Very well.
So long as they are cooperative, I think we can all find a way to work together.
Cooperative. It seems our interests are currently aligned. I am inclined to agree. I would propose, much like Avarif already, the two of you come into my service as well.
Sen's gonna, for the first time, lean back when he says that.
Hmm.
Go ahead, sorry.
It would benefit the two of you to have a benefactor who doesn't wish to make a slave of you, or one that would see you dead by the end of all of this. I ask that you take on this burden for a brighter future and a better tomorrow. In return, you can count on my aid for whatever turmoil you end up finding yourselves in.
Cyrus is gonna pipe up a little bit. What do you mean by somebody who wishes us such destruction?
There are many in this world that wish to wrong those within it. My goal is to stop them, to give us our own fates, to bring down the veil, to bring magic into this world, to give it back to those it was stolen from.
And that is where I find our goals may align more than you think. I don't find
One
that.
last-
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Please go ahead.
One last question, if you'll allow and humor me.
Of course.
What would be required of us if we were to go into your service?
Nothing so serious. I would just ask that if I have a request, it be carried out.
And if it can't be, for whatever reason,
I assume that's our heads.
Not necessarily. You are free to choose as you will.
Hmm.
I'm not a tyrant.
can I do an insight check when he says that?
Yeah.
Eh, 10.
He is a very hard person to read.
Understandable.
Cyrus, can Cyrus also make an insight check?
Go for it.
Oh god.
Waiting.
It's because apparently I don't have anything turned
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so let me actually
Okay.
double check that real quick.
A
'cause-
6 is what you
Yeah.
just
Let me double check my settings real quick actually.
You're good.
rolled.
Just because that also definitely fucked up the roll a little bit.
Oh, did it do a
believe
weird
it.
thing?
Yeah, it gave me a weird thing.
Absolutely believe that.
Okay.
Let me go to hardware acceleration. Oh, it's on.
Oh,
I think it's because I have Google Chrome open too, probably.
You can close it now, I think. Should be fine.
Okay.
If it doesn't, I'll let you know.
It might also be because of Video Ninja.
Ooh, yeah.
So if I close it, then I'm fucked.
Oh, okay.
oh.
But-
Let me try closing some tabs real quick just to see.
Sure. Yeah, no, when, what was I gonna say? I love it. I don't remember.
Okay. That's fine. I'm just gonna roll a d20 real quick to see if that'll actually roll normally.
Okay.
Nope, it does not.
Try turning on and turning off, or turning off hardware accelerator. See if that helps.
The classic.
Yeah. All right.
Classic. Turn it on, turn it back off.
I know, right? Well, Opera did need to update, so
Mm,
that might also attribute to it. But let me try turning it on again.
sure.
Okay.
Trying to remember what
Sorry
Sent
to
said.
interrupt the RP.
No,
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what Sent said to them. I lost it. Oops.
Flip it before it's too late.
Ah. Clip it? No, it's been like 2 minutes now.
Mm.
Oh, you're gone.
Yeah, I know.
He's dead.
Wait, while this is happening, I'm gonna get some water.
Okay, cool.
He-
There, I'm sharing again.
The fuck did he say? This is awful. My memory's shit. I haven't been taking notes. This is the one time I haven't been taking notes. I'll have to rewatch this VOD later. Oops. Oh, you're back. Nice. He'll
My search is. Oh, there it is. All right.
Yeah.
My search isn't popping up. All right, cool. I'm gonna be leaving again, popping back up.
Okay.
And try that. All right, I should be sharing again. All right, I'm gonna roll a d20 real quick just to see.
Sure.
Okay.
There we go. That rolled fine.
Okay. Very
Alright,
cool.
cool, let me-
Reroll that insight check.
Cool. Thank you.
Mhm.
It's a 19.
You sense that he is being honest, but you feel and you get a washing feeling over you that you are almost better off not saying no to him.
Understood. With a deep sigh, Cyrus will turn his head to Scent. Just kind of nod his head and, or like, not he nods, just like tilt his head,
Mhm.
as if asking for his input.
I don't feel we have. I mean, there's always a choice. Oh, I remember now. It was me asking if we couldn't carry out a plan. Yeah, carry something out. Yeah. Right.
Cyrus is going to try and communicate with his eyes that like if he's gonna open them up, like eyebrows furrowed, like trying to hint that like this is not a decision to be taken lightly.
Mm.
Like more so than I think both Cyrus and Scent initially thought it was going to be.
He'll nod his head and just kind of sit there, just not necessarily defeated, but just like kind of just accepting, I suppose.
Mhm.
And just kind of gives just a very slow, singular nod. Just I don't see why there would be no harm in doing this.
Then I guess you can consider us in your service then.
Very good. I appreciate your candor. I am pleased that you have accepted my offer. And unless you have anything else to say to me, I think we can end this conversation.
What did you do to if you may answer, if not I understand. What did you do to develop such a not necessarily a defense towards Avaref, but a deeper understanding of him, if I may ask?
I said it.
Mm,
I've done my due diligence on all of you.
mm,
I've looked into all of you. I have studied all of you. I am of the belief that Avrif can change. And he has taken strides
Mm.
towards what I think he can be.
And do you feel the same about us? We could do the same.
I wouldn't have offered if I didn't believe that.
Is that why he made that comment in the Cloud Catacombs that there was someone that shouldn't be trusted?
Quite so.
And I take it he's talking about the one who is the owner of that domain.
Quite so. Feel free to trust whoever you like. I will not tell you not to. But tread lightly. For you don't want to walk directly into the Viper's mouth.
Understood.
They're of use for now. That person. They do provide help. But I don't know if I can trust them. Yeah.
Master.
For now. Please go ahead.
Master, do you think for the time being it would be useful to all of us if we went on acting as if they were to be trusted? As if Sent and Cyrus and Avrith still place all their faith in Estes?
It is business as usual.
Hmm.
Until otherwise stated, yes. It would in fact behoove you to remain on good terms with her for now.
Mm-hmm. We'll try to find as much information as we can from her.
Very good.
Thank you, Master.
You're all dismissed.
He'll,
Whether
okay.
oh, sorry.
Go ahead, please.
Whether Sent and Cyrus leave or not, Flair's gonna kind of linger.
Okay. Cyrus, what are you doing?
Sen's gonna stand up and kind of sort of hesitate for a moment. Glance over at Flair, just give her a bit of a warm smile.
She smiles back at the corner of her mouth.
And then kind of just look over at the master.
Oh.
Just give him a slight nod. A little bit of a little more smirk than anything. And just kind of just turn on his heel. And then just nod again as he's walking away.
Okay. Cyrus?
Cyrus is going to stay in his seat for a second and, look at his hands. He's gonna look up to the master and say, "So, nothing else? I know we're dismissed, but there's nothing that you need to do to formally induct us into your service? Any initial requests?"
Sent will
Or
stop when
is
he hears that. Yeah.
Or is that to just be on a need-to-know basis?
I'm not indoctrinating you into anything. If you don't wish to come back here, don't.
Flair's gritting her teeth a bit.
Yeah. When Cyrus says that, Sent will stop and kind of turn around and kind of glance at Cyrus and glance through the room at everybody as well.
Are you
Sorry.
looking for me to give you a mission right off the bat? Would you like me to give you an order to test your faith?
Make sure you call him by his formal name, Master. Russi? He prefers Russi?
Cyrus is going to just literally turn to Flair and say, "Really? Really, you choosing to bring that up now?
And
We're
just
just simply indoctrinating you into the group.
and just like
Cyrus is
that,
gonna turn back.
Scent relaxes.
Scent is gonna. Scent. Sorry, Cyrus is gonna look back to the master, and I meant no disrespect nor any ill will in that. Just general curiosity, sir.
General
Yeah.
curiosity. Let me ask you a question. When the time comes for you to take on Leo, what do you plan to do?
Cyrus is going to slowly stand up. We'll meet his gaze with the master. I'll do what I need to.
Scent will walk behind Cyrus and just hand on his shoulder. What do we need to?
What is necessary shall be accomplished.
I'll come to my own conclusions. What needs to happen to Leo. He will pay for what he's doing, for what he's done. As for the how, I believe that's my decision to make.
He smiles.
Without mortality as the first option.
Then it seems you already have your first responsibility. Take care of him.
It's at the top of my docket.
You are dismissed.
Understood. And Cyrus will turn to Flair, a wry smile, nod, and then he'll start walking towards the exit. And he'll pat Scent on the back as he walks by him. Also, Cyrus was gonna give a nod to Rinko as well when he looked towards Flair.
No. Rinko's actually going to walk out alongside you.
Okay, and cool. Then he'll just kind of give a nod to her as she walks along with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scent will kind of walk by Rinko and just, if she stands up after them or whatever, he'll kind of just hand on her shoulder, just kind of give her like a soft little pat on the shoulder and keep walking.
And she bows to the master and follows the two of you out. Flair, you are remaining.
Whereabouts is the master right now?
He is still sitting in his chair. So if you are also in your chair, you're just like right across from him.
Okay. She's going to Is his hands on the desk or in his lap? Where is he?
They're kind of folded on his lap.
Dang it. All right.
He's got that anime pro tag just fucking crossed over.
She's going to look at him and she's gonna say, Master, Cyrus's best friend that he was referring to. He means to say Leo. I know that Leo is part of what we're doing.
Leo is a tool.
He is a tool, yes.
Amaranth is gonna start making his way down. Everyone else is left, right?
Everyone has left. Before
he's just gonna make his
you make your way down, Faye kind of grabs your hand, and she says, "Not yet."
All right. I'm gonna sit his ass back down.
Yeah. Kin will look at you and he'll say, "He is a tool. He is meant to be
Yes.
used."
Flair's nodding fervently and then she's like, okay, I see. I understand. just know he has a palace, and I really don't like the guy.
Which is exactly why it is a benefit to us that those two and Avrif, who is overhearing this whole conversation, are set on his trail.
Yeah. Right, yeah. She kind of just lightly waves up at him, at Avrif, and she gets kind of nervous.
Kin stands up and he walks over to you and holds out his hand for you.
Flair immediately takes his hand and then throws her arms around her. And she's just had the body language that she's been wanting to do that for a while. And she wraps her arms around him and buries her head into him, and you can just faintly hear her say, "Thank you, Master."
He embraces you back. Of course.
And as she pulls her head away to smile up at him, he might be able to notice that there's now a second streak of white in her hair. And she lets go, and she bows to him, and she looks up at Faye. She's like, and she says, "I'll see you for cooking later. Right? We're still on for the muffins?"
Faye sort of... Faye, well, they don't see you guys, but Kin just called you out for being there.
Yeah,
You just got called out for being there. And Faye kind of pipes, yeah, totally.
Okay.
Oh shit, we didn't get that apple pie to him.
Perfect.
Darn.
And then Flair bows again to the master, and then she kind of skips her way out of the office.
As you turn, Kin begins to walk alongside you. And then as you are breaking your way towards the door, he turns and walks towards the shrine.
Oh, okay.
And before you walk out the door, he turns and looks at you.
He looks back, smiling at him.
He goes to say something, and he says nothing.
She kind of tilts her head a little, and then she thinks it's best not to pry, but she says, it looks beautiful. And then she leaves, meaning the little shrine thingy that
Yeah.
he's got.
He reaches his hands out after you say that and touches one of the leaves. Truly is beautiful.
And then she's gonna head out.
Okay, and so you do. Faye then stands up and says, "All right, let's go."
Okay.
You
Yeah,
walk
start
down the
plodding down.
stairs. Yeah, you walk down the stairs with Faye. You reach the bottom of the stairs, and Kin is still standing there looking at the tree, hand kind of caressing one of the leaves. It's cruel, isn't it?
A lot of things are.
And it's cruel that something could look so beautiful while it's dying.
But if we only look at the end and not the journey with it, then what's the point of living?
The smell of cider and the sights of blue. Just don't drown, Avrif.
He's gonna kind of look at his ground PTSD of his fucking ankles and he being water. Just
He turns and he begins walking in your direction. And he walks right by you.
did you have fun?
I owe too many apologies at this point that I can't even keep track any longer. One day I will atone. But until then, I must continue on the path for our goals to come to fruition.
The plan is quite a big one, but you have a considerable amount of people that are behind you and that believe in you. You must do what you do now. We know that. We won't bat an eye towards you.
He nods, and he begins ascending the stairs.
It's gonna kind of turn to Faye. Is there any apple pie left up there?
She nods, and she actually pulls out of her pocket a small little container and says, I got it right here.
Should we give it to him? Does he want some?
Oh, I left him a piece already.
Oh, thank God. Okay, good. Good thinking.
Hmm.
He's gonna kind of just hesitate for a moment, but in a way, although not spoken to, you have said your sorries into some amounts. The word being spoken is not the only way to apologize. You've done more than you know. He's gonna kind of turn around with Faye now.
Faye begins to make her way towards the exit.
Is Rinko still there or she left?
Rinko had already left.
She already left? Okay.
All right. So you also take your leave?
As I pass by, can I look at the replica city? Is it like a one-to-one creation of what we know?
It is a one-to-one recreation of the capital of Efference.
Oh. Oh, interesting. Oh. I'm gonna. Can I insight if there's or investigate maybe if there's anything like on this board that signifies something?
Yeah, go ahead, make an investigation check.
Oh, God. Okay.
Interesting.
No, I don't.
No, you have no idea. The architecture is way too complex, and you just aren't familiar enough with Efferensian architecture to be able to discern if there's anything more.
That's a pretty good set there. Huh. He's dumbfounded, doesn't know. He just sees a pretty city.
Yeah.
Ooh, pretty
yeah.
city.
Ooh,
Pretty city,
Yeah.
nice.
Ooh, pretty city.
Yeah, he's just gonna glance at the blossoming tree. It doesn't resemble any significance to the love tree, does it?
It does.
Interesting. I still have a few of those seeds.
You do.
Can I check if I still have 3? Did he take one from me?
You can look, and you have all 3.
Oh, okay. He's known for stats and shit.
Yeah, he sure fucking is.
So it does bear resemblance to though.
It looks familiar. It looks like a smaller version of it.
I'm not smart enough right now to know if that means anything. Yeah, all right, we'll just take our leave.
Okay. And you can. That's where we're gonna take a break.
Woo!
Oof. No, it's a late break, but it's
a break.
it's a break.
Gucci.
All right, we're here.
I got
We're
my salad. I'm
alive.
ready.
Perfection. All right. You've all made your way out of the Master's domain.
Yeah.
Are you all sort of waiting outside the office, or are you just...
Yeah, Cyrus's plan was to wait outside the office for everybody else who's gonna wait around until, at minimum, Flair came out.
Okay.
Yeah, Sent's gonna kind of walk, and depending on whether Rinko stops or not, he'll stop. Otherwise, because he's gonna kind of just like walk and talk with her.
Okay. If you wanted to talk to her, as she sort of exits after you, she'll see you, and Cyrus sort of standing there, and she takes a deep breath.
So,
That was something.
Yeah, something's the word for it.
so how was it compared to yours when you were, I don't know, indoctrinated into all of this, for lack of a better term?
My parents wanted me to marry him.
Huh?
Just
Excuse me?
an eyebrow was raised on Scent.
Your parents wanted you to marry
Him.
the master.
Yes. They said to get cozy with him because I will be spending the rest of my time with him. At the time, they were under the impression that he was a noble birth higher than ours, so they saw it as a good opportunity.
What do you mean at the time? What's changed since then?
He's not a noble from another country.
Hmm.
Gotcha. Well, I'm sorry, but also, yay, you're not being forced into a marriage?
There's no reason to apologize. I understand my station and the time has to come, but I don't think that anybody my parents want me to get married to will be as accepting of me as I am of me.
This is one of the things I want to change, though, is the whole arranged marriage bullshit. It doesn't ever sit right with me. I don't know. I just don't like it. But what about now? You're still here, though, with integrated with him. I'm assuming this is your own choice now?
Of course.
Hmm.
I made that choice long ago.
Cyrus is just gonna lean up against, like, a wall. Like, either the study room door wall or whatever. And just kind of just nod his head and say, oh, I understand why.
Yeah, he's just gonna kind of walk up to Rinko, like just kind of just bridge the gap between them, and just he's towering over her.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. She's not tall.
Yeah, he's just gonna kind of just look at her, just kind of just eye her up and down, and just kind of like, just kind of start to raise his hand a little bit, and just promptly just place it on her head. Well, I'm glad you didn't kill us months ago.
And I guess I'm sorry for trying to kill you months ago.
Months ago, at the time you kind of deserved it. Now, not so much.
Yeah, different circumstances.
And you probably thought the same about us. Probably thought we deserved it.
I mean, if there's anybody amongst us who I think you still think deserves it, it'd probably be Avraf, but it's for very understandable reasons.
That's a good point.
Flair, this is when you walk out of the room.
Sense is just doubling over laughing now.
Oh, good timing.
Hey.
Yeah.
Whether or not anybody has earned my ire is a bridge I'm gonna have to cross with that idiot.
Yeah,
Idiot? Who's earned that value?
Avraf.
all you see is Sense hand on Rinko's head, and just us laughing.
Well, yeah.
He's an idiot, but he's our idiot.
Unfortunately, our idiot.
Oh, no. Fortunately.
Yeah, it
I-
unfortunately was said with love. I can't say that around him. He'll get offended.
I tried to say that in as the most diplomatic terms as possible to the master. That his misdeeds are more to do with his brain and the issue of it being missing.
That's a good way of putting it. That's a very good way of putting it.
Seth is just doubled
Oh
over
my
now. He's wonderful. He's good. He
He's already it.
he didn't deserve the hatred that I gave him. He didn't deserve it.
I honestly don't believe he deserved most of the stuff that he was put through. Stuff you guys didn't know about.
That was the thing. Yeah, we didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Time will heal all wounds, but also we can only give him time to open up to us more about everything. So,
Speaking
but
of which, I believe it is within your responsibility now to open up a bit more to me, I guess. Now that we're all buddy and it all.
I mean, yeah. So what do you want to know? Cyrus just kind of like get up from the wall and just kind of like adjust himself and just kind of put his hands in his pockets and look at Flair.
Oh, right now? Well.
I mean, why not? We're here.
Better now than never. He'll just
Yeah.
grab a chair if there's one nearby, flip it around, and just sit down.
He's doing the backwards.
Oh, yeah.
The cool guy sit.
Oh yeah.
The door to the master's domain opens, and Faye is walking out, and she says, "Avi, I'm telling you, oatmeal raisin cookies are the greatest, life-changing, even."
They are a fake cookie, though. They may be
Blair's gonna
more
turn
healthier
around.
than it, but they are a fake cookie. They're not a real
They
cookie.
are.
I can agree to
Absolutely
that,
agree.
You know,
Avref.
I agree with Avi.
Flair's-
I agree with
I
Avi.
agree with Avi.
Cinnamon and
Avi's
sugar
correct.
cookies, though.
No.
Those are the best ones.
Okay. I'm changing my thing. You know what? They are real cookies now. They just call me Abby. I don't like this.
I'm sorry, Riffraff.
I'm sorry, Rusty. Did you have something to say?
I was going to
Now,
say I
Perry,
agree with you. Now I disagree with you because that's not my fucking name.
See, Rusty agrees with me now.
Okay.
Wait, no, wait. So, wait,
Yeah, no,
when
this
did I
is
start
great.
agreeing with you?
Now we have oatmeal cookies. Expect them the next time she cooks, guys. That's
I
what's
would
about to
prefer
happen.
chocolate chip instead, please.
This is for you, Cyrus, and she places a piece of apple pie in front of you,
Oh,
per your request from earlier.
No,
Thank
no,
you.
Faye, they don't get apple pie not until they've
Huh?
spilled their beans.
Cyrus is gonna
okay,
grab the
my
pie
bad.
really quick.
They need to spill beans. Where?
They do need to spill beans, Faye. All over me.
They-
The floor.
Whoa, whoa. Cyrus is gonna take his other hand out of his pocket and be like, Flair, you're
Alex
phrasing.
is just face palming right now.
The Rusty's just going
I-
to spill his beans all over. Oh my god.
All over you? Jesus Christ, Flair.
Rico
I-
grabs your hand, Flair, and pulls you aside and whispers into your ear, "Phrasing, Flair, phrasing, Flair, phrasing, Flair, phrasing, Flair,
Oh,
phrasing, Flair."
I heard it as soon as I said it. I heard it as soon as I said it. Listen, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. You can all have chocolate chip cookies, courtesy of Faye and I.
Okay.
Ooh.
But
Can I help?
sure,
That didn't sound very reassuring.
Sure.
Anyways, continue.
I don't know if I trust your cooking skills yet, Cyrus.
Hey, I did okay.
I mean,
Okay.
Vander hasn't even shared his recipes in it, so.
Hey, I'm
That's
working
true.
on
That's
it.
true.
Okay, sure. Maybe Lathander will give you a bit of a leg up on the cookie making. So you know. you're
Maybe
in
the
for
Thunder can
okay.
just do it instead.
Shut up.
Instead of
I
Rusty?
need to
No,
earn
I
that.
wanna
I
make
need to earn that
cookies.
cookbook.
The whole point is the cookie batter. You're meant to eat the cookie batter too.
True.
So
Anyways,
I say, let's all go somewhere nice and quiet and calm and we all talk about what we know and we need to know to trust each other.
About 10 p.m., right? 9, 10?
It's like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Oh.
Sen's just gonna
Whoa.
immediately stand up and just spin the chair again and push it in. So have you heard of the blue table?
And to add to that, no offense, we kind of did a little bit of that before all this, didn't we? Like we talked about game plan, kind of all agreed to be a team, and now it's more official because of him. Cyrus will just gesture his head towards the door. So, isn't it more of just like a personal, like, get-to-knowing basis for some of us? Or is it like, do we need to share more information that
Sure.
we might not have been sharing before this?
I don't know, Cyrus. Is there information that you've not shared with me yet?
I mean, I don't think so, unless it's in regards to Ionos.
Mm-hmm.
Sen's just gonna
Which-
just gonna put a hand up and just, why don't we save it for when we all sit down, have a meal together, and talk things out?
Sure. I mean, we just had a cookout, so why not more food?
Maybe a nice snacks, maybe some drinks.
I'm having this apple pie. That's what I'm having. Cyrus is gonna raise up the container.
Oh, that's
shake
their
it a little
snack.
bit.
That's their snack.
Oh, this ain't my snack. This is my dessert.
That's true.
Anyway,
that's
Cyrus is
true.
gonna turn to Avref. Are you gonna be joining us, or do you still have to go run to the smith?
Question to DM. Do I have
Mhm.
time?
You know that the nightclub has already started their operations for the night.
So, no. Okay.
Faye, her head turns to you super robotically. Like,
ooh.
the Smith. Huh?
The Smith.
Inside
Yeah.
check. Inside
Oh,
check.
same.
on-
Fucking
on-
same.
on-
On
on-
both
no,
of
not on
them.
Avraf,
On
not on
both
Avraf.
of them.
On both, not specifically on Avraf, on both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On both
yeah.
of them.
Do it.
That's
That
a
is a 17.
fucking. That is a goddamn
Oh, that's sorry,
dirty 20.
That's
Oh wait. How far away is Cyrus right now from Scent?
I mean, I'm like right next to the door, like just standing in the little hallway. I'd assume we're just kind of like in like a weird crowd in front of. the master's
Yeah,
door.
you're sort of standing in like a smaller, cramped hallway, more or less.
Okay, so 23 then.
Well,
or
that only
26.
applies.
Well, it's a,
Well,
what's
no,
saving throw, isn't it?
that's saving throws.
Hey, okay, you're right. Okay, so 20. Yeah, my
So
bad.
it's still
Okay.
20.
My bad. Thank you.
Now, are you inciting Avrif or are you inciting Faye?
I'm inciting.
I'm
both.
inciting Faye.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking
just
at
so I
both
was-
of
Then
them.
you do not get the roll here, Zane.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
But that
they
was a
said,
really
they
good
said
check.
both.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at both of them. Cyrus is only looking
Okay.
at one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, Sen, from Avrif, you don't get anything.
Okay.
He seems like, yeah, it's probably the Smith. From Faye, yeah, she knows something. Same with you, Cyrus. Faye definitely is heavily questioning what Avrif is saying.
Cyrus is just gonna lean in and just go. You did go to the smith, right?
I
Like
doubled
you
here
said.
when Gage told me that you guys were on your way here. I didn't get to go anywhere.
But you were going to the smith, right? Because Miss Faye over here seems to question what you're telling me.
Miss Faye is always ecstatic about what I'm doing. She can't have enough of what I'm doing. I don't know why. He's gonna like look down at her, robotically looking at me, but
Blinking her eyes.
Wait, what robotically? What's a
Yeah.
robot?
is there
You know what robots are. I mean, robots, steam robots.
or like a
exist.
steam engine?
I mean,
you know,
yeah.
Yeah, like a
okay.
steam
Well,
Th-
I'll say
th-
mechanically. looking
Yeah,
at
yeah,
me.
yeah. There you go. There you
Okay.
go.
It's like that slow turn and then the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Methodical, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now Cyrus
but
is gonna do an
again,
insight check on Avraf. Do you want me to make it public or just roll it to you, Dasher?
Make it public and Zane roll a new deception. Or persuasion.
Oh, but that's terrible. I didn't even roll. That just literally threw against the wall, and that was it. So,
Well,
Oh,
darn.
darn, sucks. So, unless Zane gets like a
Two.
2.
yeah, or something. Yeah, no.
Nothing.
Seems like he's telling you the truth.
All right. Cyrus is gonna squint his eyes and be like,
Like I
I'm
said
watching you,
before,
buddy.
there's
Watching
no
you.
reason to watch me. I have things I need to
watching
take
you.
care of, and
Cyrus,
so do you.
"I'm
did the
watching
master
you."
not just tell us that we need to trust each other?
Mm-hmm.
more?
This isn't. This is it all in good faith.
I
It's all in
believe
good
this is
faith.
exactly what he was talking about. Anyway,
You're right.
No, it's in
You're
good
absolutely
faith.
right. You're absolutely right.
I mean, Faye knows something. So,
Faye knows a lot of things. Let's be honest.
Mhm.
Avarif, if
He's
you
gonna
need
he's
to
gonna like
go
put
to
her
the
head on
Smith-
his. Yeah.
If you need to go to the Smith, you be on your way. I'll
Hmm.
deal with you later because you still owe me information.
I still owe everyone something. I'm sure that everyone wants a piece of Mr. Olavrath. He's gonna put his
Uh-huh,
head on
okay.
Faye's
Get
head
off
and
your
just scratch it like.
pedestal.
Yeah.
Sen's
Anyways.
just gonna walk up to Avarif, just hand on his shoulder. You're good. Go to the smith or whatever it is you actually need to do. It's fine. Enjoy it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take a breather today. Maybe relax for tonight.
Sure.
don't forget our game plan.
Studying. Yes.
Not just studying
Oh.
about your sister.
Ah. Yes.
We're gonna- and
well, we
you
still need to
also
talk
still
to your
wanted to-
friend as well.
Exactly. But if you gotta run, go run. But you
I
were
mean,
the one
you
who
guys
wanted to talk with her.
conversate, and I'll be in our room eventually later tonight. So
Okay,
can-
just make sure you get enough sleep, because I still want
Yep.
to go to the High Forest tomorrow.
busy day.
Very,
All right. Well,
very busy day.
Good luck with your conversations. I will be seeing myself out, Faye. And he's gonna kind of look. What are you doing?
Slowly turns and looks at you again.
Speaking of things that I don't know, hello, I'm sent. And he holds his hand out to Faye.
She's just looking at Avarif. And just
Avarif, leave.
snaps
Avarif,
back.
leave. Avarif, turn around and walk away.
Hello, how's it going? Nice to meet you. My name is Faye. You can call me Faye if you want to. Everyone does.
That's how you introduced yourself, as Faye. Why would we not call you Faye?
Because silly, Russy, everybody calls me different things. Sometimes.
And you know what? It's
Sen just kind of like looks down, still hand out, just like, what nicknames do other people call you?
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, when we're alone, I get called Lil Sis, with you know who, and she like makes a reference to the
Hmm.
master's room.
oh, so that's your brother.
We're adopted siblings.
Oh, got it. Understood.
I mean, people call me by my actual name, Celica, sometimes.
Okay.
Well, do you join us, or do you want to do something else?
He'll kind of like lean into Faye. You could just follow him if you want.
I wouldn't mind your accompanying.
And she smiles and looks at you, Avarif.
You could keep him out of trouble.
Cyrus, lean in. Please do.
As much as I would love to keep an eye on you, Avi, I've already made other plans tonight.
Sure.
Okay,
Understandable.
fine. Yeah, valid. Understood. You know, yeah, right, Flair?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you take care of yourself, okay, Faye? And I'll
When-
catch up with you later.
Oh, are we not making muffins tonight?
Wait, right now?
Later can mean tonight, too.
Well, I mean, it's kind of already tonight.
Is it? Wait, were we supposed to not?
I don't know.
What's it?
I guess that was up to you. It's almost like 8 p.m.
I think we were going to have like
Oh.
a small, like only like an hour or so meeting. Not long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then afterwards.
Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday.
So, you know, you can stay up late to make muffins if you really wanted to.
Late night muffins are the best time. Let's be
I
They're
don't
honest.
still
think that
fresh in the morning.
I don't think I've ever made muffins that late at night.
Well,
He's gonna
here.
put his hand or shoulder, or his hand on her shoulder. He's like, "If you need me, Faye, I'm sure you'll find me. Everyone else, take care." He's gonna start walking his way out.
I'll see you later.
Avi,
Yes.
kaboom! Okay.
Kaboom. You're gonna see just a distinction when he looks at her. Kaboom.
Kaboom.
Okay.
Cyrus is gonna exchange his gaze between the two of them. What's with the onomatopoeia?
He's gonna look at
I
him.
wouldn't question it.
Kaboom. And he's gonna walk away.
Kaboom?
Kaboom.
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 Yeah, yeah. Sen's just
Cyrus is
gonna
gonna look to Sen and go, kaboom.
kaboom. Sen's just gonna kind of give Faye a glance. He's not going to the smith, is he?
No,
Nah, I didn't think so.
probably not. Maybe not tonight.
That's fair.
Yep.
Anyways, Flair.
I do want to
Yes.
go with him, though.
What were you going to say, Flair? I'm sorry.
Faye, is it okay if I meet up with you in an hour?
I mean, I guess I don't really have anything else going on, so I guess I can
Okay.
sit and wait somewhere.
I mean, you could. Or if
You could join
did,
us.
Yeah, you could for an hour or so.
You're welcome to if you want to.
Oh, well, okay, yeah. It just seemed like
Yeah?
you didn't want me, so
Oh no,
No,
no, no,
I,
no.
I asked if
I
you were joining us
always
or you
appreciate
had
it.
something else planned. So, you're welcome to join.
okay.
So,
All the wires being
No.
crossed and switched and messed up, and it's great.
Yeah. So, Avrif, as you walk away, Rinko is going to take a breath towards all of you guys, and she's gonna say, I think I'm just gonna call it a night.
Sen's gonna kind of give Rinko a look and just kind of like walk back over to them. You sure?
I have a lot to think about.
Okay.
Flair's gonna lean in to Rinko and kind of quietly be like, to our room or...
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to bed, I think.
um,
our room or...
Yes,
my
in
place?
our room.
Okay. Okay.
If you're
I'll
certain.
see you there then.
you will know where to find us. So,
Actually, not our room.
Okay. I'll see you there then, okay?
Okay. And
If you need
she's
me-
going to start walking away. What are you gonna say?
Oh, she's gonna say if you need me, I'll be close by.
Okay. And she will make her leave.
Quick question.
Yes.
Dashing. Is
Okay.
there somewhere like within the school bounds or slightly outside of it that there's like a little meadow or like a park with like a tree that they could go and sit in?
I mean, there's the tree and sort of like a small hill out front of the school grounds where the Cloud Catacombs entrance is. There's also trees in the courtyard in front of
Okay.
the student council offices in between where the cafeteria is.
Flair's gonna start leading them there and be like, I think we should go somewhere more clandestine than a restaurant or a bar.
the blue table is. It's safe. We've had many a conversation there that, we wouldn't otherwise speak outside of a trusted environment. We were also thinking about purchasing some stock in it, weren't we, Sen?
Yeah, we were.
I see. Interesting.
I mean, we
Well-
frequent the place so much, and we just want to put, just get some money in out of it. It'd be fun, right? That's beside
That's
the point.
fair. Well, if you believe it to be the safest place, I guess I'll trust that. I would prefer somewhere outside,
Hmm.
but up to your judgment.
I mean,
Sen's gonna kind of get a gauge on Flair right now, just on like, just kind of look at her, just, maybe a nice scenery for this conversation wouldn't be too bad. Sure.
Hmm.
Why not?
do we know of a place that
I can take
would
you.
be good?
Sure.
And she kind of
Sure.
lights up, and then she's gonna lead you all outside to a quiet spot with trees. The trees in the, because it's night. It's like dark.
Mhm.
Right? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
9 o'clock. Yeah, and most people like it's not too busy there.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she's gonna lead them there, and then she's just gonna flop down in the grass with a big sigh.
Is it where the funeral was, or is it a different spot?
A different spot.
Yeah, he'll just kind of find a tree and just lean against it, sitting down. So close to
Cyrus
everybody.
sitting- Yeah, Cyrus will sit on the opposite side of the tree that Scent is on. Like, not complete opposite, but, on the other side. That
Like a 90-degree opposite, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Flair's gonna look up at the stars, and she's gonna be like, "Okay, so what do you all want to know about me?"
Well, you started off by asking me about being more open, so, not to answer a question with another question, why don't we start with you? What questions do you have for us, I guess?
I guess, what do you know about Dane? Were you particularly close to him before you met me? Were you
I-
as close as Avrith?
Well, Avref and Dane were like two peas in a pod. They were a lot more close than I think Dane was to the rest of us. But I would say that we weren't as close as like best friends would say they would be, but we were relatively, like close, I would like to say. Dane's the one who taught us how palaces worked. He was with us through everything we'd gone through prior to Bernie's palace. And I would like to think that we were friends. I mean, we teased him enough about his foot fetish.
His what?
Yeah,
Flair's
oh,
just
you don't-
gonna like sit up rigid.
oh, you don't
and,
know.
like, just
You
look
don't
at-
know.
Oh, You don't know about that?
Why would
Yeah.
I know that?
Well, he's got a foot fetish.
Why would I want to know? Why are you telling me right
Sen
now?
just loses
boy.
it. Sen just loses it.
You wanted to know. I'm sorry.
It's so funny. I didn't want to know that. I'm his sister.
Well, now you can
Well,
give him
he
shit
obviously
for
wouldn't
it.
feel that towards you. That's gross.
What? It doesn't matter. Why would I need to know this information? Would you want to know that Ionos has a foot fetish? Cyrus,
I mean, I don't know.
would you want to know what kink she's into? That she's into drizzling honey on her tits, Cyrus? Would you want to know that?
Sen's gonna kind of just raise his hand and just start like punching the back of the tree and just. To be fair, I did know a good few things about my sister, and we gave each other a lot of shit about it. It's kind of fun to tease your siblings about things.
Why would you
Fair
say
enough.
that my sister wants to drizzle honey on her tits?
Why would you say that my brother has a foot fetish?
Because it's the
Cyrus?
truth. I was explaining a personal
Well,
story.
it might be the truth about Ionos.
He never
Not the
denied
truth.
it.
What? Okay.
Okay, look-
Moving on from that.
Yeah, moving on. He has
Yes.
it, but moving on. Anyways, he
Ah,
no, he
Never
dash
wash
his
that
face
clean
right
from
now.
my brain.
our trust with him was
My poor
more.
boy.
He did walk us through a majority of what we know now. Like as I had said when talking with the master, a lot of the things that we did was self-taught, but anything else that we knew was from him. He taught
Yeah.
us a majority of what we know now, up to Barney's palace.
Otherwise, we've been self-taught.
So, so he's been taking care of all of you and
He was a good person.
not bitter.
No,
Yeah.
he was happy. He was a happy person. He was very.
There was things he wouldn't share with us, as we, understand. But he was good to us, nice to us. I mean, technically, he was part of the reason why I even woke into a persona, because he was in Ionos' palace, and had Avref and I not tried to intervene, I wouldn't. I mean, hell, he might have been dead. So,
Hmm.
So you saved my brother?
I guess so. I mean, Avref did tip off the guards with his terrible longbow shot, and almost led to both of us dying.
So-
But had I not awoken to Lathander, we all would have died.
Sant raises his hand again. I still have that bowl, by the way. He's not getting it back.
Good. Cyrus is gonna give him a high five.
He just like curves his hand around the corner and just holds it out.
Fucking 38 sessions later, still hasn't gotten back.
He will never get it back. He likes to punch things. I have the longbow now. Anyway,
Well, thank you for that. Did he ever mention the headmistress much?
I think.
You
Oh,
know
only-
that
Mm.
you know that she's our aunt, right?
yeah,
I believe that's
he,
all he said.
she was, only ever in passing. Then she really talk about him. I mean, considering what we kind of know about your aunt now, and how scary she really is, I don't blame him.
Mm. He
Other-
seemed to be afraid of her.
He seemed cautious.
Extremely so. Not outright afraid, but whenever he would talk about her, he was intimidated, to say the least.
He kind of glazed over details as best he could, and kind of just talked about her, but gave as little detail as he could.
And we bought into
Yeah.
it.
Just that he was like, yeah, no, he's just saying, yeah, it's my aunt. That's about it. She's the headmistress, and that was it. Not too much. Not too much more than that.
Interesting. Very interesting.
DM, correct us if we're wrong.
No, you're right.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Speaking
Spot
of Dane,
on.
Seth's being as open as he can here, so. Okay.
speaking of Dane, what happened to him? Do you know?
So, I only know a few things, I suppose. I'm trying to piece together everything. I do know his memory was wiped, I'm assuming, by Auntie. So I don't believe that he remembers either of you, and her fingers are just gonna kind of curl into her clothes as she's speaking. And he doesn't remember a lot of the past. I'm sure you can tell we are elves, right? And she holds her ears and she says, so my life might be quite a bit longer than yours.
Yeah, that's par for the course.
Right. I just felt the need to explain that as, Avrif kind of very much
a dumbass.
misunderstood. As usual, yeah.
Of course,
Man.
he does.
So-
Anyways.
The poor boy.
Bro is taking strays.
The poor boy. I don't think he's stupid though. I don't. He's
Endearingly dumb.
yeah. He just has a lot. He just has a lot to learn. And we all do.
Yeah.
We all do.
We all do. So, so I believe he's lost about maybe 20 years of his memory.
20?
20 years. So,
2-0.
yeah.
I didn't. I appreciate the clarification. I was just dramatic reiteration. Anyways.
No. That was him looking at Flair and be like 2-0. Right? That
Yes.
much. Okay.
Yes, he doesn't remember. And at this point, she's visibly wringing her hands. He doesn't remember certain very significant life events that happened to us. Mind you, before all this, I have to admit that I did believe that he just knew and didn't care because he never showed up to the funeral. But he turns out he would have known about it potentially. He just couldn't come, and now he doesn't remember it happening at all. So yeah, so he's been reverted to that point. So I'm not sure what he's missing, but I'm certain it could be a very significant portion of his memory. I'm sure it was wiped for good reason by my aunt, and I'm really wanting to find out why, and why she's made him do the things that he's done.
So
And
she's the cause of this.
As far as
she's
we
the
know.
cause of a lot of things.
Hmm.
And there's like visible rage and indignation kind of burning beneath Flair's skin at this point.
Is it related to this funeral that you're speaking of?
I'm not sure anymore
Hmm.
just how far her claws have sunk into everything that's happened. All I know is that I have reasonable suspicions that she could be at the base of a lot of it. So,
Right.
yeah. So I want to know from you two what your goals are exactly, because you're saying that eyes align, and I want to know to what extent. What do you need and what do you want? And then I'll tell you where I think my path is headed towards.
So you remember when the master was talking about the veil opening and allowing magic to seep through, right? And you and I had a conversation when I was trying to get my sister back, and you were trying to kill us. About how
Good times.
yeah, good times. But how you wanting the same thing, the veil to open and to allow magic to seep through, but also how I thought the same way. But I thought it in a more kind of trickle flow kind of a way. I do find that things do align in that way where like I do feel that it should responsibly flow through, not just a sudden burst through where everybody suddenly just has this capabilities, because will cause more violence and more strife and more chaos in the world. And I spoke to Istis about this actually. That should we become capable enough, if we could, essentially take the reins off of her and allow that trickle flow to happen and kind of be not necessarily gatekeepers, but more mentors for this world, and allow them to learn how to use this magic and use it responsibly. There will always be bad eggs. It's going to happen no matter what. But allowing this world to have that magic, but in a responsible manner. At least an attempt at being responsible. And she accepted. She said if we became capable enough, that she would be willing to leave and put it in our hands.
As for me, I don't know wholly the right way to bring magic back to the world. I do agree that in some manner or form, it should be brought back. Just not all at once. But I'm also of the mindset that I shouldn't be the one to have to make that decision alone. Frankly, I don't think any of us should. No one person should be in control of that responsibility.
I agree.
But this world has been without magic for so long. To just blatantly put it back for all to use, all at once, would just cause too much chaos. There'd be so many power imbalances, it's not even funny. So, no matter what ends up happening, we need to be careful. But otherwise, what I said to the master is is how I feel. At this point, I'm fighting just to make sure that my friends, my family, the people I care about, are safe. And there's a greater threat out there. Multiple greater threats out there. And I want to stop them. If bringing magic to the world ends up happening because of that, then we'll deal with that as it comes.
The thing too, though, is I would love to bring it to the world in that trickle flow, but also each and every one of us has a chance at a leadership role in this world. And if we suddenly just appear out of nowhere and like, hey, we have these powers, we have these abilities, we're gonna teach you how to use it, without giving any sort of proper impression on this world, they're just gonna see us as, I don't know, some sort of evil.
And to that extent, we don't even know the specifics on what will happen once we get to that point of magic even being brought back into this world as a thought. That's something that can happen. We don't know if we'll be able to trickle it in. We don't know if we'll be the ones to be able to teach the world how to use it. We don't know.
There's also
Until we truly know what to do or what the specifics will be, we're kind of just stuck waiting to have to figure out what we'll do when we get there.
And there's also the thoughts of all of these shadow-like creatures, these palaces opening up, all of these chaotic events happening, how to circumvent those and prevent those from happening as well. There's so many factors at bay here that it's hard to kind of just let it all happen at once, because it could cause more of those events to happen, but in a larger scale. A plane-wide scale.
Yes, I think I'm definitely more in agreement towards that ideology now. I've seen what magic looks like in the absolute wrong hands, so I agree. There's definitely drawbacks to everybody having it. I mean, and she's gonna look at Cyrus particularly. She's like, you know, there are certain people I absolutely would not want to use magic at
Yup.
all. the impact of magic on a person's mind alone can have serious repercussions for that person if it's not handled correctly. So, yeah, I think we're in agreement there.
It's too complex of an issue to have one right answer.
And I do think that just the half dozen of us or so, I don't think even that's enough people to be able to influence this world to, slowly trickle things in. We're going to need more people for sure, but that will come with time. That's a long, long, long time from now. But it's something to work towards.
Yeah. So, I'm interested. Why do you think Istus agreed to allow you to be in control of the magic?
To be honest,
I know.
I don't know. But there was something in her words that it did make me think that it was something I could believe. Something in the way that she approached it that it seemed she was tired of just having to be the one responsible for everything. I could be wrong, I could be misreading, but it seemed as if she wanted to give it up eventually. Not now, but someone in capable hands. Not sure if that's the way that I properly read it, but I don't know. It seemed like I could
So
believe it.
Do you believe that she's benevolent? Or do you think there's something untrustworthy about her? Off record from what was said in the Master's office.
I feel
In our experience, that she has not done anything wrong by us. She's helped us. She helped guide us to try and save Cinna. She facilitated a funeral for Cinna. She's helped us. She's given us means to grow. Whether or not she has malice laced within those intents or not, I can't tell. But, at least for now, I don't have an insane amount of reason to not trust her.
Okay.
mm,
So, what's your stance on the headmistress?
no idea.
Literally zero clue. I mean, as far as I'm aware, I'm more concerned about Avrath than I am about myself right now.
I know nothing at all. Like the status of her and what has or has not occurred, I don't know. We have little to no information about her, and none's been shared with us of people who do know things about her. All I know is that the state that Dane was in when we were all in that encounter trying to, talk with Avaref. When he went in that zombified state to go find his aunt, that was the only thing that gave me pause for concern. Other than that, it's just been... Why was he like that? Why did his mood and his behavior suddenly change after that incident,
That's what I'm trying to find out myself. I'll be as frank as I can be. I truly don't believe the headmistress is redeemable. I don't know what is wrong with my auntie. She's always had a way about her, but I never thought that she was. But now I'm sure that she's no good and something needs to be done, and it needs to be done in the sake of forever's sake, because clearly he's in her thrall. To what degree, I'm not sure, but I also fear for Dane's life as well, and she's already made an attempt on my life, so
Sense eyes just
there's
gonna kind
that.
of widen when that's said. Do you think that she may also have a palace? It may also have been, I don't know, maybe in a critical state for a while, and it's causing her to act in this way. Could have been for however long she's
But
been acting this
also,
way.
you have to remember, Sent. Flair thinks, or is led to believe, that the headmistress wiped Dane's memories.
Mm.
That doesn't just mean that she has a palace that's in a critical state. She probably has real magic.
Could the state of the palace be what causes that, though? Caused her to have this power, this fuel towards this kind of more what's the word? Not necessarily animosity, but just kind of a cruel behavior towards Dane, towards trying to kill you, Flair, towards multiple different factors in this, the recent times and also the past 20 years or so.
It's been longer than 20 years.
Hmm.
It's been about 50 since Dane left me. Not bitter. I'm healing. She's saying that more to herself. It's fine.
If Barney's palace is any example of what a palace in a critical state could be, I feel like we'd be in much greater danger. The headmistress does have a palace, and it was in a critical state for 50 years. I feel like we would know by now.
That's fair.
I have
I'm not sure
reason.
if it would be. I'm not terribly certain what makes a palace critical yet. I guess I'm still new to all this, so I can't surmise. But I guess we can go off the fact that potentially it's not in a critical state. Maybe for whatever reason she does have a palace. However, maybe that can be the key to helping her. Maybe it isn't. Maybe she's just like this. I'm pretty certain she is some degree of magic user or persona user. But
She's tapped into magic, yeah.
to some degree, yes.
She's not the only one.
Of course not. But I think for now we find out as much information as we can, and I'd like us all to be as open with each other as possible about this, and for everybody else, keep this information as close to our chest as possible. We don't know who else she has on puppet strings.
Mm.
I'm even trying to not say too much to Dane at this point, as much as it
of course.
pains me.
Considering the sudden switch, yeah, I agree.
Just in case, because I know even though he is out of the way at the moment and I'm keeping an eye on him to be protected, it's very apparent she still has her claws in him. So,
He was the one who started the Dark Hour to Bernie's palace.
mhm.
We don't know why, but he did.
He just walked up to her and just turned the key. He just
He said that he
Hmm.
just had to help and he didn't want anything to happen to us, so
he wouldn't have been able to do it on his own.
No, he wouldn't have. But that's Dane. He's been doing things alone for a very long time. We don't even know how long.
To be fair, he didn't know. He didn't know.
6 years.
Yeah. To be fair, he didn't know that we had these powers. He didn't know that any of us did because he just had been doing it for so long on his own.
Yeah. And he'll try and keep me out of it, but he won't. And I'm sure he knows that he won't. So, yeah. I mean, he's definitely helpful to have around, but I would say just keep any. I mean, if he tells you any information, it's good to pry into it, but
Gently.
maybe don't say too much back
Sure.
for now.
If the opportunity presents itself, be frank, I doubt he's going to want to interact with us when he's uncertain of who exactly we are at the moment.
Oh, yeah. I should probably clear that up with him. I kind of maybe turned him against you all, particularly
Wait.
Avareth.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
Okay. In my defense, I didn't know you all. I thought you were all kind of weird, especially Avareth. He and I.
Oh,
had
I
this
mean,
big
he's still
blow-up
kind of
and this
weird,
big
but that's beside the
argument.
point.
We had this big fight. It was all in front of Dane. Dane witnessed the whole thing, and Rinko. Rinko was there too. He was being, kind of a little bit flippant about things. It's all water under the bridge now. It's fine. But yeah, I will fix that.
Cool. Much appreciated. But anyways, that's going to take probably a little bit of time, but I think we still have our game plan in order going forward, at least for the foreseeable future.
Mhm.
Since if my reputation gets tanked, that fucks everything for us.
Okay.
Avareth's sister should be the first goal for palaces to take care of for sure.
And
Avereth's
probably
sister?
his brother as well.
Mm-hmm. They
And
both
his
have
brother.
palaces. Yes.
Yes,
Right.
remember?
Oh, right. Yeah. He wasn't lying about his family being a little bit fucked. But
For over a
this
month.
isn't.
Yes.
Yes.
For
And
over a month?
They've had
Over a month.
palaces for over a month.
and we need to take care of them sooner rather than later.
He's
so
He's gonna kind of glance over at Flair and kind of just get a check on her, like if she actually knew or didn't know about that,
about the palaces?
about the palaces.
We talked about it last session.
Did we? I don't remember.
Yeah, you
Okay.
talked
did.
about it.
Okay, it was just the kind of
Yeah.
confusion and in
Yeah,
her
no,
voice.
it
Like,
was-
"Mm."
Oh,
Yeah, no, we all know.
It's been
We
2
talked
weeks,
about
I'm
it.
sorry.
No, it's
Yeah,
okay.
it's
No,
been-
that's
it's been
fair.
2
That's
weeks.
fair.
It's been 2 weeks.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, we all know. That
And
was
I
was
take
the
it
big
back.
thing
I
that
take
our
it
group
back.
discussion was. Yeah.
She does look a little bit visibly irked by him, but she's kind of like tamping it down. She's
Sure.
like, it's fine, he didn't know. Yeah, okay. So we sort out his family first.
Yeah.
And we go from there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
So,
High Forest tomorrow.
Faye is gonna stand up. This conversation is getting boring.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Can we go, Flair?
Yeah. She's gonna get up and take a big stretch, and she's like, "Good chats. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out in the grass for a bit.
Mhm. I don't mean to call your
gonna go
topics
make
boring, Rissy, but
cookies."
sometimes they just don't matter to me, so I just kind of start to
get it.
zone out.
please don't call me Russie.
Well, if you would like, tomorrow
love.
mid-afternoon, tomorrow in the mid-afternoon, we will be going to the High Forest. You would
Oh,
like to
I'm-
join?
I am not combatant. I don't fight.
No, we don't need to drag Faye into this.
Oh, no, sorry. That was the Flair. I'm sorry. That was the Flair.
Oh,
My bad.
yeah.
My bad. That was the Flair. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
She's gonna smile and be like, "Yeah, I'll meet you there." Cyrus, you
Let's-
coming to cook?
You know, after that last Russie, you guys can make the muffins on your own.
Come on,
Fine
Russie.
by me.
I'll join for
I
the
mean, you
cookies,
can
but
both
not
come
for
if you want
not
to.
for not for no. It's go. And Cyrus is gonna like use his hands to be like shoo them away. Go
Mm.
go. Go your muffins.
Where will you be? I'll catch up with you.
Where are we being? Where's the
We're just going to the cooking club.
The kitchen. Yeah, the cooking club.
Sure. I'll
Kitchens.
be a little behind, but I'll be there. Sure.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let's go. Muffins are calling me.
So you head off. What are you doing, Sent? What are you doing, Cyrus?
Sen's just gonna lag behind a little bit with Cyrus, and just kind of just stay there, sitting with him, kind of against the tree, and just deep breathing, just there for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And kind of just glance over at him and just. Well, that's a lot that's been cleared up, but also so many other things to ask about.
Yep. What do you think of him? The master.
I feel like for now we can trust him. We have no reason not to. I don't know. One day at a time.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know. I mean, the man's scary, that's for sure. Felt like we didn't really have a choice but to say yes if we wanted to walk out of there alive.
That's why you're giving me those weird eyebrows.
Yes,
That makes
I was
sense.
trying to let you know that this, without verbally saying it, that this wasn't an easy decision to make.
He'll reach into his pocket and kind of pull out his deck of cards. To be fair, he's told me to have faith in this whole situation.
You know, just because you have a good inkling of luck doesn't always mean it'll work out your way.
This was magical luck.
It's still luck. Just because you're in favor, there's always a certain percentage of a chance.
That's true. But you forget. My goddess is the goddess of luck, and this goddess has not strayed me too far. But other things too, but mostly luck, you know?
Yeah, and, you know, no offense to your goddess. She's great, and having the goddess of luck is fantastic. But again, luck only gets you so far.
You're right. The past many years, though, it hasn't. I'll say that much. But you're right. I should have faith in other things, in understanding of other things too.
Sentimon! Is that you in the darkness over there?
Oh God, who is it? Out of
You
character.
look
Who is it?
over- It's Bernie.
Oh.
You see Bernie. She's kind of standing in the light, and she's like,
He's gonna kind of straighten up and just kind of
"Is that
glance
you over
over.
there?"
No, it's not.
He's just gonna elbow him around the corner. Yes, it's me.
No, it's not.
Sato, shut the fuck
Kinda-
up.
Kind of walks
No.
over into the darkness near you guys. What are you guys doing out here?
Stargazing, talking, you know, bro stuff.
Oh, am I interrupting bro time?
Not anymore.
No, it's fine.
Well, I was actually looking for you.
Hmm.
Come on, Bernie. You know, I just wanted to see if you might want to, you know, spend the rest of tonight, you know, Friday night, together. I finished all my work, so.
He's just
Cyrus
gonna.
is gonna get up and he's gonna be like, "Oh, I don't need to be a third wheel, so
You will visibly see Scent kind of like reach for him for a second and then kind of pull away and just. Sure, I understand, Cyrus. Enjoy whatever it is you're going to do.
I mean, you know, you don't want me third wheeling you with your fiance, like. So, I'll just, you know, be on my way. And he's gonna take an exaggeratedly long step, like big foot up in the air, like 1 foot in front of the other, just kind of walking generally into town.
You could go check the, and he's gonna just throw up his fingers for air quotes. Smithy, you know.
I could, but I don't know where the smithy is. And Cyrus is still like not facing towards Scent. He's just looking towards the town and is putting up his hands and doing the big air quotes around Smithy too. So it might not work out. So I am just going to walk in a direction and see what happens. And Cyrus will just take one more big exaggerated step. He'll turn back, throw up a thumbs up.
He'll just give him
And
a,
then
he'll just
start
give him a
walking
nod,
normally.
yeah. Have a good night, Cyrus.
Yeah, good night.
Bye, Cyrus.
Bye, Bernie.
Yeah, his gaze will kind of just turn to Bernie. So we could
So you're
do
telling people about us, huh?
just him and the close people. Question for you though. I didn't necessarily have set in stone plans, but was going to do a little bit of cooking in the cooking club with
You're gonna cook.
Why do you say it like I'm a bad cook? You've never seen me cook. Have you?
Kind of like cocks her head and raises an eyebrow.
Hey, it might be fun, okay?
Okay, let's go.
It's with two wonderful people. We can go there, cook for a bit, and then go do our own thing afterwards.
All right.
He's
Sounds
just-
good to me.
He's just gonna kind of stand up and just kind of stretch his back and like kind of pop it in a couple places after sitting against that tree for too damn long.
Yeah.
Just kind of like
I just want to say, when they get to cooking club, for no reason in particular, Flair's just gonna be kind of fussing over Bernie a bit.
Sure. yeah. He's gonna kind of like lean against the tree, kind of like arm against it, stretch it and everything, kind of taking his time and just kind of just going like he's just gonna start walking and just scoop her hand up and head towards the cooking club.
And so you can. And so you do. Now, we're going to shift gears,
Sure.
Mr. Avarif.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go.
What are you doing? You have just departed from the party. What is your heading?
How are the halls looking? Are there students around? Are they
Pretty dead.
mostly out or in bed?
It's pretty late. Pretty dead.
Okay.
No one's really roaming the halls at this hour.
Okay. Yeah, he's just gonna start heading towards the dormitory rooms or the dorms.
Okay.
Very like slow.
Okay.
And his footsteps are very, very heavy. And he is just muttering to himself, just like, I shouldn't do this on my own. I can wait. He's gonna kind of put one hand on a wall and just like try to like tighten his grip and just. It's fine. I shouldn't. Point of reference: Dane is still in Ringo's room, correct?
He is not.
Yeah, he's in an apartment in the city, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know where it is.
I do. Oh. Okay. No, it shouldn't be now. It shouldn't. I shouldn't. Okay. He's gonna kind of like straighten back up and tighten back up and just one matter at a time. And he's gonna heed Faye's words with kaboom. And I guess to the best of his ability, kind of go to where he might think Triad would be.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Oh, actually, you
Triad.
know what? Before I do that, can I ring my little bell?
You may
I ring my bell.
ring your bell. Not even a moment passes. Master Avrif, how may I assist you
Gage,
tonight?
You know where most students reside in this place? No?
Kind of like looks around the dorms.
Yeah, no, that's you're correct. Yes. A student by the name of Triad.
Ah, Mistress Tried. Yes.
Yes.
What would you like to know?
Where can you point me in the right direction?
Ah, she is in her room studying tonight, Master Avrif.
She alone?
As far as I could tell.
Right. If you could watch from a distance and make sure no one interrupts, or at least give some kind of heads up. I just realized I don't really have the equivalent of a bell for you if you need me, I guess. But then again, you would just appear, I suppose.
I can get your attention if need be.
Understood. Yes, I would like to go there.
Then follow me, Master Avrif.
Of course.
He leads you down the halls to Triad's room. And you are there. Congratulations.
Yippee, I like using information. I'm gonna give like just a very subtle yeah.
You just hear from inside. Hello?
Hello.
I didn't order food
It's-
delivery. She opens the door. I didn't order anything. Oh,
Hi.
you.
I
Hi.
do have experience in food delivery, but not in this case.
You stalking me?
No. You know Faye, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I've been recently acquainted with her. And I say recently, lightly.
She like leans out the hall. Is Faye in trouble?
No, Faye's... Well, she's Faye. She's fine. As long as she doesn't super galaxy punch anyone, I think everyone will be okay.
Super. Oh, okay.
No, she hasn't done that. Okay. This is kind of a weird request, especially with our weird encounter before, but
It's already kind of weird.
yeah, I realize that. Faye informed me on some life circumstances that relate to... Hold on, I forgot her fucking name. Give me a sec. Naui, you and I.
And why would Faye know something about me and my sister? And
Can
apparently,
I do a perception check?
a perception check or an insight check?
Perception around me. I want
Perception around you. Very good.
Yes.
Roll ahead. Go. Roll ahead.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah. I mean, looking around, you actually see Gage in the room.
Huh? He's what?
He's sitting in her chair where she was studying, just like watching you.
No way. Am I only noticing because I rolled a certain way?
Yes. Yeah.
That is fucking hilarious. Okay. He's just vibing.
He's just
Very
sitting there.
cool.
He's just watching,
That's wow.
and he gives you a thumbs up when you lock eyes with him.
I love him even more. But no wrinkle stalker or anyone
No,
around the
no,
halls or
nobody,
anything.
nobody else. No,
Okay.
not that you know.
What? Fuck. You that's okay. I can't even ask any higher. Okay. Literally can't.
That had no other implications than what you grant to it.
What do you mean?
That can mean anything.
What could mean anything?
Not that you're aware of.
Can I aware more? Am I
No.
No? Okay. I don't get that DLC. Gotcha.
Not that you are aware of.
Okay.
That doesn't mean
Um,
that anybody's there for certain.
I fucking hate everything. Okay. It's not particularly something that I would like to say out here. And I know, very weird request. I
You see Gage behind her, like making hand motions, like "Come on."
you know who your mother is, yes? Your real mother?
My real mother? You mean my birth mother,
Yes.
Mystic Ophelia? It's okay to say her name. It's not taboo.
Yeah.
Do you have something against my mother? Is this some sort of political issue between the Zesteds and us all the way in Nazatar?
How old is
we...
Avarith again?
How
19,
old is
right?
Avarith? I don't know.
Yeah.
You told me.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure he was like 19. He's a first year,
Yeah.
but he's also 7 months in the future. So that's why I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
Yeah, he's
Does that
19.
count?
Give or
19
take
plus
20.
20? Okay.
Yeah, give or take.
Wow. I don't know about now, but I know 19 years ago that there was definitely something that would tear Ophelia apart. Something was taken from her, and something was taken from us.
Something was taken
We-
from her.
Look at my hair. Look at your hair. Look at my eyes. Look at your eyes. The reason I made those comments, and albeit hindsight weird,
Very weird.
just look and put 2 and 2 together.
Make a persuasion check.
Fuck.
Ooh, baby.
Okay.
All right. Okay. She looks you up and down. You. But you look like your father. I always assume is the king of Zested, unless for you're trying to say he's not.
He is the king of Zested. Yes, that's
Okay.
not.
So what is our
Can I
features?
whisper it to you?
You kind of like turns and looks towards the wall, like exposing her ear to you.
Oh man, she didn't get anything gauged off of that.
Not that you're aware of.
Oh my god. Ophelia is my mother too.
I'm sorry.
Don't just. Yeah. Can you see why it would be an issue just talking about it?
You're trying to insinuate that
I. Careful
my
with
mother
words
and
out here.
your father had some extracurricular activities.
They did some studying. Of course, behind the scenes, yes.
Do you realize the implications that would have on
Yeah.
a lot
Um,
of political standings?
Yes. Yes, which is hence my nervousness to want to
Okay.
speak.
All right. I want you to take a few steps back.
You're gonna shut the door in my face.
I'm
aren't
going to
you?
shut the door in your face.
Okay. Do you not believe me?
I'm going to speak with Noe, and then I will reassess this situation.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Do you have any questions now?
For what it's worth, if I did believe even an ounce of what you were saying,
Mhm.
what are we?
Question to DM. Is she asking like race wise?
Relationship wise, like
Oh.
what is your relation to her?
I technically twins.
Kind of looks down at her skin, and she looks over at your skin. Fraternal, I'm guessing.
Question: what the fuck does that mean?
It means you are twins, but you do not look alike.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Seems like you got the other half more, and I got the other half more. So we're both on opposite spectrums, but yeah. Yeah. I don't think it would have worked as much as my father would have wanted if I got more of the other half. So actually, oh, it begs the question if
Are you saying that
look-
I'm a royal of Zested?
Oh. Oh, yeah, actually, I suppose technically you would technically be, yeah. Not that that's anything to fond. I will say that my brother and sister are, you know, they're not the kindest individuals. They're really not. I've really, really not great people.
Okay, well, this has been a pleasant conversation, and
I'm sure it hasn't.
no, it has not.
No. that's- yeah.
Like I said, I will speak with Noe, and we will reassess this information. If we find out you're lying,
Yes.
there will be serious consequences.
I'm ready to take them. But it won't be necessary. I've learned that family can be important. And if we were separated for all this time, I don't know. Seems like something isn't right.
You know, Faye told me for a long time that if I knew what it was like to have a brother, then I would know. And I don't know what she meant by that, or what that even means.
Faye and her riddles.
She says weird things a lot. She makes a lot of references to things that I don't understand.
Well, I mean, knowing how she is, yeah, that's, yeah.
Like, I don't even know if she has a brother, or why is she even talking about brothers. But
She technically has a brother.
she kind of like narrows her eyes at you.
Listen, you don't know who I am and you don't trust me, so.
And yet here you are kind of telling me that, hey, guess what? You're my long
Hey,
lost sibling.
Yeah. It's for the play
Okay.
coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, the play. All right,
Yeah.
goodbye, Average
Okay.
Zested.
Yeah. All
And
right.
she closes the door.
That's about as good as I expected it to be.
And Gage puts his hand on your shoulder. Very well done, Master Avrif.
Are you saying that sarcastically?
Of course, Master Avrif.
I hate it here.
What is on the agenda for the rest of tonight?
Well, that conversation took all of about 2 seconds, and I feel already humiliated. I don't know. It looked like she was studying, and would be nice to study more, but she doesn't. Man, this is a lot.
Quite so.
You find that plushie yet?
Not even a sniff.
I got a bad feeling about this. All right. Well, how late are the shops open usually? Are they open late? Friday.
The red light district is open, and that's about it right now.
Nothing else though. No. All right.
I mean, restaurants, unless you're looking for something to eat.
I'm kind of full for that mac and cheese still. I'm not gonna lie to you. Well, let's take a walk. It's just, I don't know. A walk sounds nice.
Very well. And so you do. Cyrus,
Doom.
Hi, hello.
you are walking into the city. What is your heading, sir?
Since Cyrus was just walking in a general direction, there was no particular heading. He was just not going to be a third
Okay.
wheel. So
So,
I guess in general, like no particular rush or hurry. I guess walking towards, I guess like the academy, since it's late at night. Not many shops outside of like restaurants and stuff would be open, and it's like what, like 8:30ish by this point.
yeah, it's closer to 9, yeah.
And closer to 9. So yeah, he'll just kind of generally walk towards back towards the academy.
So, making your way back to the academy, you hear footsteps approaching from behind you, and you feel somebody grab your hand. Interlocking fingers with you. Tight. Grasping hold. Catching your pace, you look over. The coy smile of Artoria Zested.
Hi. To what do I owe the pleasure? And Cyrus look at a very like fake smile.
Oh no. Don't you just smell awful tonight? What could you have been doing out in the academic city at this hour?
Stargazing?
She looks around and then pulls you in and hugs you, kind of draping herself on you again, like she did before. It isn't nice to throw yourself onto women, Cyrus.
Well, you're correct about that, but it seems as though you were the one who threw yourself onto me after you, decided to hold my hand as intimately as you did.
Is that how people are going to see it? I wonder.
Well, I mean, you've put me in a position where I have kind of no choice but to accept your offer, so why not play it up?
And what if I scream?
Cyrus is just kind of standing there, just processing that thought. Let's not do that. I did just say I'd agree to help you.
Ah, did you know? Is
I
it
think-
official?
I mean, you put me in a position where, I can't really say no.
I am overjoyed.
So, if I might ask one question,
Ask away.
so what does the future hold? Are you going public about this?
Public
Or-
about me and you, please.
Okay.
What do you want us to broadcast? All the dirty laundry? No.
No, I just, if
I'm going to be using you for leverage against my father.
understood. Cool.
You are high enough. I think you'll suffice as a replacement for show. You're also not in any position of where I would need to move to Shinami. So, it would make more sense for you to come to Zested anyway.
And yeah. How soon would I need to go to Zested?
I mean, ideally never.
Sure, of course.
You-
But
I
just
mean,
in the off chance that maybe your father wanted to meet me.
I don't need a man by my side to rule a country.
No, of course. It's just am accounting for all possibilities. That's all.
Am I anywhere near walking distance of these people?
You know what? Make say a perception check.
Perception?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's make a perception check.
Yeah?
Yeah, you see them.
Oh, God. Am I
You
still
see-
with Gage? Or?
You are with Gage.
Okay.
He actually, yeah, he doesn't seem to have noticed them. You notice them. You see Artoria kind of drape, like, hands over the back of Cyrus's neck.
Gage, that doesn't look good.
kind of chuckles lightly. He says, "That is a precarious situation." Cyrus is.
I like to also point out Cyrus's hands are
Yeah.
nowhere near touching
Yeah.
Artoria. Nowhere. They're like just down by his side, like
Mhm.
like slightly away from his waist, like making sure it is very apparent he has not laid a hand on her.
Yeah.
I should probably do something about that.
Are you
I
sure?
could embarrass her. Oh,
Would that be the right move here, Master Everett?
when it comes to siblings, is there really anything bright? But, oh man, only if we had Rinko here, she could snap her little picture. Well, what do you think's a good move?
You know what? I'll leave it up to your discretion. And he walks into behind a tree in a shadow. You hear, I'm gonna get a closer look.
Yeah, of course you
Fucking Gage.
are.
Artoria kind of tightens her grasp and stops, like, kind of leaning off of you, like slouching off of you, and like gets closer to you, Cyrus. It's true
Start-
that my
Start walking a
father
little bit.
it's true that my father would probably ideally like to meet you. We'll cross that bridge when the time comes.
Understood. Is there any off chance that your family would be visiting for the fire festival, or no?
Absolutely not. They have their own festival back in Sested.
Gotcha. Cool. Just getting my ducks in a row.
Am I
So
anywhere
Artoria lets go when she hears you chuckling, Avril.
near?
And she turns and locks eyes with you.
Hey, sis.
Cyrus is gonna turn his head and just look like, oh, thank God. Like Cyrus has kind of never been happier in his entire life to see Abraf than in this one moment.
Alex just smiled with a dumbass grin smile and just nodding like, okay. In the darkness, huh? I didn't know you to throw yourself on people, man.
Wait,
He's gonna kind of look at. No, he's looking at his sister.
okay, cool. You said, man, I was like, Mom, me?
Not you,
What?
not
Huh?
you.
Huh?
He's looking
Like,
at his
you
sister.
know, Cyrus just told you what,
Yeah.
what he's going
Yeah.
through.
Havarith,
Dear sister.
what do you mean? I am so hurt
What?
that you would say something like that to me
Oh,
after this ruffian just threw himself all over me.
of course, little old Cyrus. That he wouldn't even hurt an ant if he so could choose to. Yeah, I'm sure.
Are
I'm
you
sure.
saying that you don't believe me?
You don't. Okay. When's the last time you believed me?
I am appalled.
Okay.
I always listen to
Kinda
everything
look at
that you
Cyrus'
say.
dumbfounded face. This is just wonderful. Yes, of course, sister. Of course. You would never not listen to your dear little brother. would you?
Exactly.
You would never just storm off on him and leave him in the dust. You would never do that. Never you. Pirol Atorias. So are you leaving or like what are we?
What do you want, Avref?
I'm just walking, and I saw you, and I thought it was funny. I just never thought you would ever take a man. Not with, your choices in life.
She
Good for you? Question mark.
scowls lightly.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Listen,
Well,
we can always have another chat and always talk if you're having boy troubles. And Cyrus is a kind man. I just wouldn't say he's probably ready for you. Actually, I don't know if anyone would be ready for you.
she reaches out and grabs the front of your shirt and starts pushing you backwards.
Mine?
Yeah, as she is walking towards you,
Ooh.
trying to create like room between you and Cyrus.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Are you allowing her to do this?
I will like slowly step back a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You take a few
I'll step
steps
back with
back,
her.
and she gets in your face and says, "So help me, Avrif.
Oh.
If you get in my way, you can say goodbye to any sort of future line of succession for yourself."
Wasn't our last conversation about me helping you? I mean, if you keep me in the dark, I'm not really going to be able to do that. And you don't want my brother getting the upper edge when he already has it.
Then why are you making yourself apparent while I am in the middle of something?
Well, I just don't know if that's the right way of going about it. See, you may think you know people, but there's missing components. But, he's gonna kind of like point to himself. You have a little brother who's around people. Huh? Come on, we need a bonding moment eventually in our life, right? I mean, or am I just always gonna be in the distance to you guys?
Make a persuasion check.
Fuck. God damn it, it's not a persuasion. Fuck. That doesn't do anything.
She looks you in the eyes and narrows her eyes and says, "Maybe have a child sooner rather than later, because sooner, probably not going to be able to any longer."
Wait, you
And
want me
she
to have a child?
pats you on the shoulder and she says, "I will remove it."
Question: Does
child?
Cyrus hear that part of
Yes.
the conversation?
Yes, you heard her say, "I will remove it."
Cyrus is gonna snap out of his like dumbfounded stupor. He's gonna take a step or two forward, be like, I don't know what it is, but if it's myself, I can remove myself from the conversation if you
Oh,
help,
don't
but,
you worry about anything, Cyrus. I'm just telling my brother that if he continues on this path, that it will remove his manhood from him.
Got it. Avref, buddy. And Cyrus is
Yeah.
gonna like take a step closer and put his hand on your shoulder. I appreciate this. I really do. But I'm okay. I'm okay. I will I'll be okay. And Cyrus is trying to relate to this in a way that like, hey, you saved my bacon, but I need you to leave for now.
I kind of look at his eyes and just feel like, yeah. He's gonna pan to his sister. Good luck with that one.
Cyrus is just gonna like, like tilt his head to the side and kind of like lift his elbows a little bit and grit his teeth and just like, He'll just give him a pat on the shoulder and lean in and just kind of whisper very, very quietly, "I'll talk to you later about it."
I'm gonna pat him on the back and kind of like push him forward. Good luck, bud. He's gonna walk by that tree that fucking Gage went to.
Yeah, you walk by that tree.
I want to hear this man giggling, bro.
You do.
Yeah.
And
it's
you
fucking-
are out of sight, and Gage reaches out into the shadow and like pulls you into it, like behind the tree, and he says, are you really walking away from this situation, Master Avriv?
I just really wanted to see how much you were laughing, because I feel like every moment's a comedy show to you.
Oh, it absolutely is a treasure trove.
I mean, I can try to persuade her one more time, but I mean, I don't even know. Don't even look at me like a sibling, man.
It's a problem.
Big problem. Well, you know what, actually? I have one more thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna go jump out and then, like, kind of like speed walk to her very nonchalantly.
Like you went behind the tree. Like
Yeah.
And then I just jump. I'm gonna speed walk towards her.
Artoria had turned her back to look back at you, Cyrus, and she like is recomposing herself, like, you know, readjusting her hair. Now, where were? Here's the footsteps and turns.
Hey, really quickly, you know the last conversation we had about the thing? I won't say it, but the thing. I have a really good inclination that I might be able to get it. So, just saying. How bad do you want it?
Cyrus is just gonna lean so he gets a better look at Avrath and just eyes
He did,
super
like,
wide,
he
like
did a stick figure very speed walky over to him, like.
Goodbye. And she starts to walk away.
bye. Guess I'll see you around.
Give me a
She
second.
doesn't-
I'm trying to process my thoughts right now. Give me a second.
Okay.
Ooh. I don't. I hate this. Yeah. I'm trying to, because I'm trying. Gage said, "Is it the best thing to walk away?" Oh.
I mean, you said it yourself. You could try to convince her one more time. I don't know about what, but you could try.
I mean, it's hard when I have another person there because she's not gonna act like herself. Can I? Is she like done? Can I insight check? Is she like done, or is there still a glimpse?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
It looks like she is totally and utterly just done with your shit.
Absolutely done.
Absolutely done with your shit.
Absolutely done. Fuck. So not even a glimpse of fucking hope. Okay. Wow. I hate it here. He's just gonna stand still. Love you, sis. Fucking, or something. Whatever we are, do things. This is great. He's gonna pan to Cyrus. Well, I tried. And he's gonna walk away.
Whoa. You're just gonna walk away after all that?
I'm gonna turn around.
Before you walk away,
Mhm.
out of the darkness,
Oh god.
in the brush, you hear plap, 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 plap,
You saying clap?
plap, P-L-A-P, plap,
Okay.
Plap.
I
plap.
don't
fucking
like
in the
that
bush.
use of onomatopoeia. I really don't like that
Get
use of
pregnant, get pregnant,
onomatopoeia.
get pregnant, get pregnant.
Can I'm just gonna look at
You
this bush.
see a bush, the bush start rustling ever so lightly.
Hello, bush. How can we help you?
Cyrus is gonna do perception check on the bush, or would it be insight?
Go for it. Make a perception check.
Okay. Oh, that was bullshit. That was on
Yippee!
20.
Don't worry, I got it for you, King.
You look into the bush, Avriv. Cyrus peering in as well. It's a little hard to see because it's so dark, but Avriv, you notice coming out of the bush. Is that a penguin?
No fucking shot, dude.
Sen, hello.
Hi.
No, you bastard.
You're gonna just cut us off there.
You can't do that. You can't.
Plap, plap, plap,
Oh
plap, plap,
my
plap, plap,
God.
plap.
You know, it's so funny. I literally thought it's a penguin, isn't it? But that'd be stupid. And then it's the fucking penguin. Woo!
Sen,
Hi.
you arrive at the cooking club. What do you got going on? Is there
However,
anything you guys wanted to play out there?
unless Flair does, it's just gonna be kind of just cooking and kind of just, you know, just kind of pranking each other a little bit, kind of just messing with each other. Just trying to have as much of a good time as possible after all the fucking events that have gone on, like throwing
Yeah.
flour at each other. You know, the typical shit. Unless Flair has something else in mind, not too much. Most probably introducing Bernie to them, and just that's probably about it. Just very much small talk.
Flair, anything?
Flair's died.
Shigar.
Gone. Shigar,
On
gone.
behalf of Flair, she probably is doing the same thing and just
Yeah.
saying hello and making cookies.
Probably.
Or muffins.
Muffins, yeah.
Muffins.
But if that is the case, that is a-okay,
Yeah.
because that is where we're going to end session tonight.
Motherfucker. All right, Cyrus, you better get your fucking Nikes on, bro. We're chasing after this thing.
Bro! Cyrus technically got, like, accosted there.
You better wake up. We're going.
Jesus H. Christ!
No, I'm triple. I'm gonna fucking like pounce on that thing, dude. I'm a. Come here.
I mean, you have to tell Cyrus that what's in there, because Cyrus doesn't know.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if there's gonna be time for that. He might make a mad dash. I might just scream, "Get it!" Honestly.
Get that penguin now.
Get that penguin at all costs. I
Oh
don't
my
care if you burn down the
God.
village.